Following is a special presentation of Riverfront Broadcasting Sports. It's time for Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Pierre Governor Basketball is brought to you in part by Rising Hope Counseling, Bank West, Fisher Rounds, Billion Auto, AGE, Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, and Envirotech.
Back out for Barry. How about another one for Barry? You betcha! You betcha! 3 threes in the corner for Ryan Barry. She's got 23 tonight.
And by American Family Insurance, Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, River Bottom Sanitation, CHS River Plains, Wheelhouse Auto Body, Edward Jones Financial, and Allied Plumbing and Heating.
And that pass is stolen away. Here is Keatles wide open. Whitfield slam for Lincoln Keatles. And a timeout taken by Coach Wilhelm.
Pierre Governor Basketball is also brought to you by Ferding Electric, Gales Gas, First Dakota National Bank, Faith Lutheran, Lamb Motors, James Pharmacy, and B&B Equipment.
Tipped out. Terwilliger gets the rebound. They will foul her one more time. With 9.2 to go.
And just listen to him.
And what an atmosphere it was tonight here at Rick Science.
And by Oahe Federal Credit Union, Anderson Rumsa Dental, Todd's Electric, Graham Tire, Avera, and the South Dakota Office of the Attorney General Division of Consumer Protection. And now with the call, KCCR award-winning sports director, John Winkler.
And a good evening as we welcome you to Winter High School as the Pierre Governors take on the Winter Warriors here this evening in a Class AA versus Class A matchup in the fourth installment of this new rivalry as the Governors are looking for their first win down here in Winter. As the Govs are 2-1 in this series, the Winter Warriors won down here 2 years ago. And joining me is a Winter Warrior in Nathan Nas, former Pierre Governor, teacher, coach, now down here with the Winter Warriors. And Nathan, this is a good matchup. Obviously, you know a lot about both these teams, teaching pretty much everybody here and coaching everybody here. But this is such a good team, a good matchup, because this is like looking in a mirror between each other.
Yeah, it is. A couple of the kids were asking me about a couple of the Winter kids asking me about the Pierre kids. You know, they watch the film on them and they're somewhat familiar. But yeah, you'll see the starting five, and physically and athletically, the starting five, it's very, very similar.
And that's going to be so much fun for these two teams to play, but also for fans of basketball to be able to watch two spitting images of each other. And then also at the end of this game, you can be fans of the other team, because after you're done, you want Pierre to win. Winter wants Pierre to win the rest of their games. After we're done here tonight, Pierre wants Winter to win the rest of their games. So you become big fans, but you're also becoming basically big fans of yourselves.
Yeah, you know, and it should be a fun game. It'll be one that, you know, both sides I know are going to want the officials to let things get a little bit physical and let them kind of play. And, you know, if it does get a little bit physical, I think that makes both teams happy. And so, yeah, they're very similar in that sense of the game as well. And, yeah, and, you know, there's a mutual respect, because they're not, you know, it's kind of become a rivalry here over the last 4 years, but just in boys basketball. You know, you're not seeing these guys in all these other sports. So at the end of the day, like, yep, we just played our game. Now we can cheer for each other and we can be buddies. It is what it is. And, you know, hopefully each team wins a lot of games to help out the PowerPoints, win or lose.
Before we start talking to coaches, give us some insight here, this Winter Warrior team. I know I just kind of mentioned that they're kind of similar to what the Pierre Governors, but talk a little bit about this Winter team and what makes them so good at 6-1 right now.
Yeah, you know, Sean Hammerbeck on the inside. They play a lot of 4 out, 1 in, especially when Sean's in the game. You know, at 6'7", I think he's about 235 right now. He's just an imposing presence inside, and he's an athletic kid. And, you know, I compare him to a Jet Zabel. He's got a little bit more size. You know, Sean could end up at North Dakota State playing football too. They've offered him a football scholarship, so very similar in that sense. And then on the perimeter, they got Aiden Barfus, who's been a 3-year starter. I think as a sophomore, kind of tore up the Govs a little bit from the perimeter. He can shoot. He's athletic. He's fast. Ryder Halligan's won that couple games. You know, once he gets going from 3, he gets a hot hand, he gets pretty good. And then the other guys, they know their roles, and, they play their roles pretty well.
Well, the Pierre Governors and the Winter Warriors coming out from Winter High School as the Govs looking for their 6th win, coming in at 5-3, and the Winter Warriors at 6-1. We'll talk with both coaches, both Coach Brett Gardner of the Winter Warriors and Coach Brianna Kuster of the Pierre Governors, coming up here in the pregame show. Back in 2 minutes with our coaches' interviews. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR, watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
We all want to be happy, but sometimes that doesn't feel possible. But if you have hope, you have everything. Rising Hope Counseling provides high-quality mental health services with locations across South Dakota. Additionally, by providing telehealth, we ensure South Dakota's rural residents have access to high-quality mental health services. Our team lives and works in your communities, and we understand the unique challenges we face. Schedule an appointment by phone or online today. Rising Hope Counseling, offering hope, healing, and change.
We might not be the largest repair shop in town, but we take pride in what we do. We want to make the experience as painless as possible for you, so we will work with your insurance company on your claim from beginning to the end. Locally owned with 50 years combined in the shop, Wheelhouse Auto Body will take the stress off of you. Wheelhouse Auto Body at 720 North Garfield, or contact them at 605-494-0436, 605-494-0436, or wheelhouseautobody@gmail.com.
This winter, sip on a delicious hot cocoa and lose yourself in the grace of a fresh falling snow before you smash that hot mug on the driveway and join First Dakota to bank some noise for winter sports. Stomp for block shots, holler for match ceiling takedowns, and go berserk for a perfect dismount. Let's give the home team all we've got. Bank some noise with us at First Dakota National Bank. Open a new account online today at firstdakota.com, member FDIC.
River Bottom Sanitation, your locally owned waste management company serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre communities. Contact River Bottom Sanitation for your residential and commercial pickups. Now River Bottom Sanitation is your source for all your roll-off needs. River Bottom Sanitation in Pierre and Fort Pierre. Give them a call for pricing at 605-222-1120. River Bottom Sanitation. That's 605-222-1120.
As we welcome you back to the pregame show here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports, join me as Coach Gardner of the Winter Warriors. And Coach, this has kind of been a fun little rivalry between Winter and Pierre, getting a chance to play again and getting a chance to be down here. How much fun is it to play a Class AA opponent, or just in general play a team that once you see them and once they leave, you don't worry about them anymore?
Yeah, absolutely. It's really fun. So this started during the COVID year. We needed a game really bad. Mr. Mosier said, hey, we'll play you. And we went up and played in the Pierre gym, and it was just phenomenal. He said, we'll return the trip back to Winter. And I went, for real? And it just kind of went on. This is actually our 4th year doing it, and our guys really get up for it. And like you said, it's one of a sellout game because you can show anything and then you won't see each other again. It's so great. And also, we follow them. Pierre's kind of centrally located. We're centrally located for Class A. So it's one of those, like, you cheer for each other. We're definitely not East River and we're not far West River. We're right in the middle. So you cheer for each other. And I know they feel the same. They cheer for the Winter Warriors. We really cheer for Pierre Governors. Very similar. We've had a lot of football tradition. And then basketball's had some success too. So I know our guys get up for it, and then the community. There'll be a good crowd here tonight because a lot of people want to see how can we even compete with a AA school. And that's the most important thing. Like, at the end of the day, we want to win, but we also want to see what can we do against such a large school and can we hang with them.
And 2 years ago, we were down here and the Winter Warriors got the win over the Pierre Governors. So obviously that was 2 years ago, but still this year you guys feel like you can compete with Pierre. And why is that? What makes you good at this season and being able to compete with a Class AA team?
I would say that our guys get up for challenges. We're not scared of anybody, and when I mean that's actually a compliment. Like, if we were playing the Los Angeles Lakers, we would try our best. Now, could we compete with them? No, but our guys would get up for it, and that's just kind of our mentality. We're in the middle of nowhere. We don't have much to do, whatever. So our guys love athletics, and we've had a lot of success on the football field that translates over to the basketball floor, and I think that helps us a lot, where that not scared of anybody mentality. Now, Pierre's really good. Jet Zabel, and I can go on, Time Bus, Luke Olson, Dawson hitting shots, and then Cade Kaiser kind of their leader. So we're going to have our work cut out for us, but we're looking forward to it. We're hoping Sean Hammerbeck, our big guy in the middle, can maybe negate Jet Zabel, and hopefully Aiden Barf is kind of our senior leader, and Cade Kaiser can kind of go back and forth. And then maybe the others, like a Ryder Halligan, a Zach Olson, a Carter Craven could knock in a shot or something, and we're really going to try to defend, rebound, and who knows what can happen. We're knocking some shots is going to be big. We know we can take care of the defensive end. Can we knock in some shots, especially because they defend so well on their side?
And you kind of took a couple questions out of there too, but how you're able to knock away their defense and being able to get the offense going. How do you kind of do that tonight?
So we pride ourselves on the defense half court. I mean, that's what we do. We don't press. We don't do anything. We meet you at half court, and we try to make it as difficult as possible. We try to deny passing lanes. We try to bump off cutters, and it works in Class A basketball. Double A is a different animal because these guys are all bigger and stronger, but we're going to try to do it. When they cut, we're going to try to jump in front of them and send them behind. We're going to pressure the ball, and hopefully that causes some disruption. And then the biggest factor of that, and we talk about this every single day of practice, you can be the best defensive team in the world, but if you give an offensive rebound, you did it for nothing. So we want to finish with a rebound. Let's say Cade Kaiser misses a three-pointer. We need to get that rebound. We can't give Jet Zabel a putback, which he's averaging 13 rebounds a game or whatever it is. So, but we're excited about the opportunity. And then also, when you get stops, it gets you pumped up. Maybe you will go get a fast break layup. Maybe you will go get a over the top or a kick out three. So really looking forward to it. Got to take care of the defensive end. Got to rebound. Shots will eventually fall.
Well, and the Pierre Governors, they travel well, just like the Winter Warriors do, but home court has always seemed to be an advantage for the Pierre Governors. The same goes for the Winter Warriors. How does home court help out tonight in a game like this?
Yeah, so our wrestlers are crazy. Our fan base, when the wrestlers are home, they go nuts on that sideline. We call them, I'm not going to get into it, but they do a great job, and I think they help our guys. We feed off of that, where, on the road, they just can't really travel because you have wrestling practice, you have things. So be watch out for our wrestlers jumping around on the sideline and going crazy, and our guys really feed off of that. And then also, you do know your gym a little bit more familiar than opposing gyms. You might know I'm better from 15 feet than from 18 feet, where if you're up in Pierre, you don't know that. So all the rims should be the same. All the courts are the same dimension. Don't get me wrong, but you just have soft spots and sweet spots at your home gym. So we're very fortunate. And we appreciate that Pierre's willing to come down and play such a small Class A school.
Well, last question here. What's going to be the biggest key for the Winter Warriors to get a win tonight over Pierre?
Defending and controlling Zabel. At the end of the game, if Zabel has 20 points, 15 rebounds, it probably didn't go very well. If Zabel's down in the 12 to 15 range and we hold him under 10 rebounds, hey, we have a chance. We kind of want this low scoring, and I think they kind of do too. So, for all you listeners out there, it is not going to be, let's say the final score is 40 to 41 or whatever. It's going to be because of defense. It's not going to be because of ugly basketball. It's going to be because we defend. Just on Saturday, we played Custer. We were able to knock them off 44-41. Everybody's like, why was it so low scoring? Because both teams defended. It wasn't bad offense. It was good defense. And I have a feeling tonight might be like that. If Pierre gets up in the 50, 60, 70 range, it's not going to be good for the Warriors. We just don't have that firepower. So we want to hold them down below their average.
Well, Coach, hey, I appreciate the time. It's fun to be here, and good luck tonight.
All right, thank you, Warrior Pride.
That is Coach Gardner of the Winter Warriors, back with more of the pregame show next year on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back, the sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good, solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Shufflebind Agency, LLC, 224-6627.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up, all online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida, and online, lambmotor.com.
As we welcome back to the pregame show here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Joining me is Coach Brianna Kusler. And Coach, big game tonight against the Winter Warriors, just by the seed point standalone. And it's got to be fun to get this opportunity to take on a Class A opponent.
Yeah, their record is going to give us an opportunity to have some solid seed points heading into down the stretch, because they should have a good record down for the rest of the season here, coming in at 5-1, but the rest of the season this is a really quality opponent, and more than anything for us, just an opportunity to respond to maybe not our best game on Saturday against Sioux Falls, Washington, and this is again a quality opponent that we're going to go up against tonight, and for us to be able to kind of get back on track and do the things that we felt our identity was becoming, that it's a great time for us to be able to respond.
What is one of those things, or I guess there's maybe several things, but what's one of the biggest things to get back to that after Saturday's game?
We did not shoot the ball overly well at Sioux Falls, and that's something that we talked to the guys about. That's sometimes an uncontrollable thing. Of course, there's some bunnies we'd like to get back, but sometimes our extended range shots, there's going to be nights where you don't shoot overly well. So what are you doing to create opportunities for yourself to combat that? And for us, rebounding is one of those things, and then defense. And I didn't feel like our defense was as tight and as solid as we had been, and then we got outboarded, and that's somewhat uncharacteristic for us. So those two things are a big emphasis coming into tonight, and again, kind of controlling the controllables when your uncontrollables maybe go awry.
Oh, this Winter team coming in here tonight, mentioned too, good record, should have a good record this season. What have you seen from them on film? What makes them a good team?
They've got quite a few kids that are just really solid athletes, have been playing basketball together for quite a while. Their two main guys are Aiden Barfus and Sean Hammerbeck, and Aiden will have the ball in his hands quite a bit. Senior leader, really strong kid, does a lot of different things, can create a lot of different ways and open things up. And then Hammerbeck is a big kid inside who wreaks some havoc in off of the glass, getting some second chance opportunities, and he's a pretty solid back-to-basket post and being able to knock down shots as well. So we're going to have to do our job of shutting both of them down, and then not allowing anybody else to hurt us either. But I think for us overall, there's going to be opportunities to create in transition, which is something that we've been emphasizing as of late.
I'd ask you a lot too, and it's always important for a good start. But in an environment like this, Winter, it came down here 2 years ago. You saw what the crowd's like. It's a good atmosphere here in Winter. How important is a good start to kind of take the crowd out of it early on?
Very important. This is an awesome environment to play in. It resembles our own gym quite a bit, and they'll be right on top of us down on the court, and we've got to make sure that we're keeping our composure. Again, when we're talking about controllables and uncontrollables, the crowd is something you can't control, but how you continue to stick together despite anything that maybe is an outside influence is going to be something that we really stick on tonight.
And what's going to be the biggest key to get a win against Winter tonight?
I think like we said, that good start is going to be really important for us, and just getting back to some of the things that we do best, and that's defense and rebounding, and we sound like broken records, but it's proven to work for us, and it's proven to get our offense going earlier with how hard we're playing defensively and clearing that glass. Not giving up second chance opportunities is going to be really big for us, and then just winning the boards. That's going to be the biggest difference maker, I think, in this game.
Well, Coach, I appreciate the time as always. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
All right, more of the pregame show next here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
Financial investments are very important. but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisors understand this. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Governor Athletics on KCCR. Go Govs! For all your investment needs, call or stop by one of our offices to visit with your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisor. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Hey you. Are you at a job that is fulfilling, has good benefits to support you or a family today, and retirement goes down the road? If you just said no, listen up. CHS River Plains is hiring operations personnel, drivers, and custom applicators at several locations. These come with a knockout affordable benefit package for you and the whole family. Apply to a job with CHS River Plains and up your benefits straight up. To apply, visit us online at chsriverplains.com or stop in at one of our locations. CHS is an equal opportunity employer.
As community bankers, BankWest employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose BankWest. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Look, it's no secret that owning a vehicle can cause a lot of stress, and they get a lot of wear and tear on them through the extreme seasons we've grown to love. Graham Tire wants you to know that you can trust them with any problem that you have with your vehicle. Their ASE certified mechanics can make your AC cool again, or even just change your oil. They can look into and fix those noises that seem to come from nowhere and have you stressed out. Bring your car to Graham Tire so they can put your mind at ease. Graham Tire, your tire store next door.
As we welcome you back, here is tip-off time as Kate Kaiser will lose the opening tip to Sean Hammerbeck. We're underway here this evening as the Winter Warriors will get the first possession of the ball game. This will be Barfus out top on the left side for Carter Craven. He'll hand off for Hammerbeck as he starts to drive in, lost the handle of it. Luke Olson takes it away. And then it comes right back off the hands of the Winter Warriors, and it will be out for a throw-in for the Governors. As we start here this evening, as a quick turnover from the Warriors. We'll go through the starters here in just a moment, but Luke Olson will inbound here for the Governors. It is caught by Dawson Getz in the corner, gets out for a long jumper that's missed, and the rebound will be taken by Aiden Barfus for the Winter Warriors. Aiden Barfus, Zach Olson, Ryder Halligan, Carter Craven, and Sean Hammerbeck, the starters for the Winter Warriors. As this will be a three up from Barfus, that's too strong, and the rebound will be grabbed by Tyan Buss. As Luke Olson will try and feed for Jed Zabel. That pass is tipped and intercepted. And it is a quick turnover from the Pierre Governors. Both teams with a turnover to open up this ball game. No score with 7:05 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, both teams just need to settle in a little bit, get through maybe a little bit more of the offense before they look to attack.
Driving in, and nearly a travel, but now kick to the corner for Hammerbeck. That pass underneath now for Barfus. He'll fade away for the shot, and a good touch from Aiden Barfus to get the Winter Warriors on the board. First bucket of the ball game, 2-0 winner.
Yeah, Aiden's one of those kids that he's strong enough that little fadeaway doesn't really affect him. You know, a lot of high school kids can't really get it there over top of the front of the rim if they are fading away too much. But he's a kid that's strong enough that from 12 feet, it'll get over every time.
Here is Luke Olson for the Governors. His pass is going to be intercepted. Governors have turned the ball over twice now here on back-to-back possessions. An easy interception for the Warriors, and they lead it 2-0. He can add to it. 6:15 to go in the first quarter. On the left side, man-to-man defense here for the Governors. It is Craven, make that Halligan that will push it down low for Hammerbeck. Got sealed off Jed Zabel, and one football player gets the bucket over the other football player. 4-0 lead for the Warriors.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun matchup all night, to watch. Zabel and Hammerbeck, both of them are big, have the potential to be big-time football players at the next level, and they're going to want to be physical with one another.
Getz starts to drive, kicks it for Olson. As he moves in, he'll circle with it, high off the glass, missed the shot, rebounds tipped around, and it is going to be grabbed by Olson, who shouldered into Luke Olson. And that's the thing, both these teams aren't going to shy away from contact. I think they want to be hit a little bit.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I know not everyone for Pierre played football in the starting 5. Not everyone for Winter did either, but there's 3 on each side that I think if they would go put the helmet and shoulder pads on, they would be just A-okay with that.
On the left side here for the Warriors, leading 4-0. Another pass underneath. Hammerbeck got it, missed the shot on close, but got his own offensive board. And the Warriors take a quick 6-0 lead. Now, we are 3 minutes in this game, so it's not as early in a quick 6-0 lead, but a two big possession lead for the Warriors to begin this game. It is tie and bus here for the Governors. The left elbow for Zabel. One dribble in, kicks it for Kaiser. He starts to drive, kicks it out. Tie and bus for 3. That's too strong off the back iron. Rebounds tipped off the hands of Hammerbeck and Zabel. Grabbed by Hammerbeck, and Winter now has a chance to go up by another possession here.
Yeah, Coach Gardner said it in his interview that if Winter can win the boards, he likes the chances at the end of the night. And right now, that's kind of the difference in the game. Both sides have some turnovers as Craven hits the pull-up jumper. Both sides have some turnovers, but right now Winter really dominating the glass on both ends.
It is an 8-0 lead almost halfway through this first quarter. 4:10 to go, and Winter is all over the Governors right now, but it is just 4 possessions. Here's Dawson Getz. He'll catch open for 3. That's a big shot to hit for Dawson Getz and gets the Governors on the board off the schneid, and the lids maybe open up a little bit on the basket.
Yeah, that's something that if Dawson's going to get that open look all night, it could very quickly turn into a long night for Winter if Getz gets that many open looks at 3.
Governors will get the ball off the turnover after the ball bounced around and went off of the foot last of the Winter Warriors, as Luke Olson will check out. And into the ball game for the Governors is Sawyer Sunshine. 3:45 to go here in the first quarter. Governors are down by 5, 8-3 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. Tie and bus on the left side for Sawyer Sunshine as he'll work around the screen of Zabel. Kicks it right side, gets pulled up for another one. That's too strong. Rebounds tipped around to the corner. Zabel saves it, and his throw goes all the way back out from the corner, and it will be taken by the Winter Warriors. So doesn't get a full credit on the rebound, as a Barfus will dump it inside for Hammerbeck with a left-hand hook shot. It's missed, and we get a foul committed by Hammerbeck, and our first foul of the ball game with 3:15 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, that was one. Jet really drew the foul. Good physical block out on Hammerbeck, and Hammerbeck just tried going through him a little bit too much to get the ball.
Luke Olson quickly checks back in the game. A couple turnovers from Luke Olson, and maybe a quick little message of, all right, reset and let's go, because Olson is very important to this basketball team as he'll look inside as he has it right now. Dribbles, drives, kicks it for Sunshine, the corner for 3. That's knocked in. And Sawyer Sunshine with 2 big threes from the Governors have made this just a 2-point game with 2:50 to go in the first quarter. It is Barfus here for the Winter Warriors. Sunshine had fallen over but got back up to play defense against Barfus.
Yeah.
Now it's Olson that will drive. Kicks it right side. It's going to be taken by Halligan. Hammerbeck now on the right corner. Underneath for Barfus. He'll turn. Fadeaway shot. The touch. That one doesn't fall for Barfus this time around. Governors can tie or take the lead on this possession after being down 8-0. Olson, that pass tipped. That's going to be out of bounds off of Winter with 2:21 to go.
Yeah, that last possession, I saw what Winter was trying to do with getting Barfus in the post. I thought when Sawyer was on him, maybe that was the time to get him down there before they could get the switch, with just a little bit taller Olson on him.
So now it's going to be in right baseline inbound here for the Governors and Olson, as he'll hand off for Zabel on the inbound pass. He'll turn, he'll have a long jumper that was partially blocked, and it is going to be a rebound to hit the bottom of the net. And it's the Winter Warriors that can extend their lead. 8-6 right now on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. 2:05 to go in the first. Right side here for Aiden Barfus. He'll drive right wing on Getz, drives all the way in, got the left-handed layup to go, and is fouled. A chance for a 3-point play, and Winter stops the quick 6-0 run for the Governors, and they're back up by 4, as the Governors will pick up their first foul of the ball game, and Hammerbeck has a chance for a 3-point play. Cooper Twilliger will check in for Dawson Getz. Foul committed by Sunshine.
Yeah, Winter going, Coach Kusler brings in Twilliger, and Winter goes to the bench to bring in Noah Best to have another true post player in there with Zabel and Terwilliger in the game.
The 6'2 senior Noah Best is in for the Warriors. Free throw from Barfus is good, and it's 11-8 or make that 11-6, excuse me, for the Governors leading here the Warriors leading here over the Governors in the first quarter. On the right side, it is going to be Miles Doyle who drives, kicks it out top for Sun and Shine. Right wing for Zabel. He'll drive on Hammerbeck, trying to get him maybe into foul trouble, but good defense by Hammerbeck, and the pass kicks back out for Olsen. Olsen to the right wing. Zabel lobs it for Twilliger. That is off the hands of the Warriors and out of play. We get a whistle, and the Governors getting the ball back in the right baseline inbound. 11 seconds to go on the shot clock.
Yeah, this is going to be one. I think once Pierce starts to go to the bench, I think is where you kind of see them start to have maybe a few mismatches size-wise and athletically as Twilliger puts the shoulder down a little bit and gets called for the offensive foul.
I believe it was it was an offensive foul. Yep, I thought maybe they're going to call a travel, but instead it is an offensive foul. And Winter has a chance to extend their 5-point lead with under 90 seconds to go here in the first quarter. 11-6 for the Warriors as they work it across the timeline. Into the corner it comes for Hammerbeck. As he starts to drive, kicks it back over. Now it's going to be in the corner for Best. Best will work it back out to the top. Zach Olsen here for the Warriors. Right side for Barfus. Shot clock down to 12. Gets a screen, turns, pulls up for three, buries it. Doyle went underneath the screen. Then Barfus gets the three.
Yeah, that's one that Sean's he's got such a big frame that it's tough to get over top of that screen when Barfus uses it really well.
Driving in is Doyle. He gets to the basket. The shot is good and a foul. Miles Doyle showing some athleticism as the Governors cut the lead to 6, 14-8 with 46 seconds to go. That foul committed by, well, they have not put the foul quite up yet, but it is going to be Noah Best, his first and the team's second.
Yeah, Miles did a really good job of keeping the ball high as he went into some traffic and elevated well through the contact to finish.
Carter Craven will check back in. Kate Kaiser also checked back in for the Governors as well. 46.2 to go. Free throw here for Miles Doyle. And on the three-point play, but it is missed, but the rebound is grabbed by the Governors. Doyle now for a three, not a 5-point possession. Skying for the rebound was Olsen. He got all the way up near the rim.
So I didn't realize it was Luke with how high he got up there.
I was about to say Zabel, he's on the ball game because Luke got way up there. Now he'll drive the basket. His layup is off the back of the glass, and a rebound comes for the Warriors, and now they can hold for the final shot as they lead it by 6, 14-8. Governors are 0 for 1 for the free throw line. The Warriors 1 for 1 from the line. Both teams with still 3 fouls to give. That ball is going to be knocked to the backcourt with 12 seconds to go. Regained and recovered as it's going to be number 14 and Halligan. Quick swing pass. Barfus for 3. Got another one.
That was a tough shot.
Down to the second. Sun and Shine's going to pull up at the buzzer. No good. And the Governors will go into the first quarter breakdown 17-8. To the Winter Warriors as Aiden Barfus starts on fire with 11 of the 17 for the Winter Warriors. 17-8 on the American Family Insurance Printing Shuffle by Scoreboard. Back in a minute. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR. Watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
We can look back at the game and see how we came to our position. This is Pastor Sam from Faith Lutheran Church. We can also look back at our lives and see how we got to where we are today. If you're in a tough spot or if things are going great, I encourage you to try this approach. Call a timeout. Get some advice from the best possible coach, from your loving God. Join us at Faith Lutheran Church for worship, where you'll hear God's plan for the game.
We're Faith Lutheran and we are glad you're here.
Wondering what to do with that pitted and rutted drive? B&B Equipment will get you covered. Wanting to put something down the ground? B&B Equipment will put a hole in your project. Need to even up that property? B&B Equipment can fill that need. B&B Equipment can deliver all your gravel and material needs. B&B Equipment is here for all your excavation needs. Contact B&B Equipment, 224-6727. A contractor here for you. That's B&B Equipment, 224-6727.
As we welcome you back here, start of the second quarter, John Winkler alongside the heavy breather, Nathan Nas says he's not actually breathing hard. It's the vent here that is coming, that's blowing out air into the microphone. So it's not actually Nathan Nas breathing that hard, but it is kind of funny. I was going to tell you to quit being a mouth breather. Luke Olsen
put the headset down.
It will be Kate Kaiser here for the Pierre Governors as he tries to drive in. He draws the foul. 15 seconds in the quarter. First team foul of the quarter here for the Winter Warriors. as that will be against Noah Best. Nope, make that number 25, Aiden Barfus.
Yeah, a little bit slow getting it up on the board.
Inbound pass here for the Governors. That's going to be inside. Kaiser had it, but his shot was blocked from behind by Carter Craven. A really good play there for the Governors offensively, but Craven was able to make that block as now Kaiser will get the steal. He looked for the dunk and he missed the dunk, but the rebound comes for Olsen to get the putback. And the Governors make it 17-10.
As Cade's cousin, I am going to remind him of that often.
Well, now he's got another chance here, gets another steal, but it gets the left hand and gets the layup to fall. Back-to-back steals for the Governors, back-to-back points for Pierre. It makes it 17-12. They pull within 5 to the Governors. Now a pass goes over. Hammerbeck will get all the way underneath the basket with the right hand, the soft touch. Sean Hammerbeck's got 6, and the Warriors lead at 19-12.
Cade Kaiser, the former Winter Warrior, getting after it on the defensive end.
Here is Dawson Getz out for Luke Olson. He'll work it back to the right side for Miles Doyle, who was open for a moment for 3. Now it will be a foul committed away from the basket. Driving in was Doyle, and he was fouled by Zach Olson. And that'll be, Halligan, that picked up his first foul. And the second team foul for the Warriors.
Yeah, I thought maybe they're going to get Olsen kind of swiping at it as he went by.
Yes, for another 3. That one rolls in and out. The rebound's tipped by Miles Doyle right into the hands of Luke Olson, who gets his second bucket of the quarter. And the Govs have pulled back within 5, 19-14. This will be a quick pass on the right side across midcourt here for the Warriors. It is now Barfus that will drive, and then he is fouled. And after the first quarter, what we saw, not so many fouls committed, only 2 by each team. We've seen 3 quick fouls with 6:16 to go still in the first half.
Yeah, both sides just getting a little handsy here to start the quarter as guys are going to the basket and getting called for it.
This ball will go all the way into the backcourt and underneath the basket before it was grabbed by Halligan. And nearly a turnover that would have put the Governors with a baseline inbound underneath their own basket. Here's Barfus now for the Winter Warriors. To the right side for Hammerbeck. His pass underneath, that pass is tipped. Zabel had it, but he stepped out of play as he was trying to save it. And it will stay with the Warriors. 5:58 to go in the quarter and 19 to go on the shot clock.
Yeah, Zabel just not quite able to get both hands on it to secure it, to get it off before he went out of bounds.
So baseline inbound here for the Warriors, as is Barfus that will inbound out top. Back out for Barfus. He's looking for his third 3. That's an air ball, though. And the rebound comes for the Governors. They can pull within a possession here. Bus got all the way to the basket, missed the shot. Zabel, though, in one motion, grabs the rebound in, gets the bucket to go. And a timeout will be taken by Coach Brett Gardner, with the Governors getting offensive rebounds, getting a couple steals, and Coach Gardner says, well, this lead has gone from a 9-point advantage to a 3-point lead rather quickly. We've got a quick talk about it.
Yeah, got to just, Pierce starting to get after a little bit more on the glass, and that's, I think, where Winter had the advantage in the first half in the first quarter, They were controlling the glass, let them kind of control the tempo of the game. And then just those few turnovers, I think, got them kind of riled up to start the quarter. And, yeah, quick 30-second timeout, calm down. No need to rush things, run the offense, get a good shot, and we're fine.
You feel more comfortable now being back and behind the mic. You're not breathing as hard this quarter.
Well, I sat down, so the air is not blowing directly in my face anymore.
John Waker alongside Nathan Nas. Nathan, it is good to have you back on the call. It's been a while since we've been able to have a basketball broadcast together, so it is good to have you along the call. So then next year, whenever, we'll have to talk to Blake. We might have a 3-man crew for that broadcast when Winter comes up to Pierre to play next year.
Yeah, if Blake's all right with it, we can make it work, or I'll just stop by and say my tidbit, because usually less is more for me, so... If that's what it ends up being, that's all right.
Olsen will give way for Halligan. I'm glad you're starting to realize that, too. It'll be Halligan on the right side for Olsen, back out for Halligan. It is now for Barfus on the right wing, guarded by Butts. Out top, Craven will start to drive in, pulls up with a long jumper, missed the shot. Rebound's going to be grabbed by Kaiser. Hammerbeck did a good job of letting Kaiser get the rebound without drawing a foul. As now Zabel will drive in. That's a tough shot against a big Hammerbeck, and a rebound will be taken by Hammerbeck. And Zabel might have bumped knees with Dawson Getz on that rebound attempt. He's a little bit hobbled going back on defense.
Yeah, a little, I think Dawson's knee kind of caught him on the outside of the knee, it looked like. But Jet being Jet, it's not going to affect him for very long.
Barfus from the top of the points. It hits another three. He's got 14 of the 22 for the Winter Warriors. 22-16 lead for Winter. Bus with a good pump fake. He drives, kicks it for Zabel. Then a quick touch pass back out for Olsen. Reset the offense with 4.5 to go in the second quarter. Getz gets a screen from Kaiser, rolls off of it. Pass is deflected, goes back out for Getz, who will catch it in stride and rhythm, but the three's missed. Rebound is fought for, won by Zabel. He'll throw it back out for Kaiser as the Governors get a fresh 35. That pass over the top of Olsen just couldn't get the arm up in time, and a turnover by the Governors. That is their first of the second quarter, fourth overall, both teams with 4 turnovers in the ball game.
Yeah, right idea by Jet. I think it was a good thought, just a little too much on the pass. And, I think if you'd have led him maybe a little bit more towards the baseline, he would have been able to get that hand on it a little bit better than he was.
Olsen lobs it over the top, goes back over to Olsen from Craven as they work it into the front court. 4 minutes to go here in the first half. Governors down 22-16. It is Halligan at the top of the point here for the Warriors. Throws it left side for Barfus, who has been on fire with 3 threes and 14 points so far, but that is going to be a turnover by Barfus. An announcer's curse as Olsen will throw it underneath for Zabel, who threw it pretty much blindly over the top of his head and missed the shot. I don't think you're ever going to be upset about a Jet Zabel shot, but that one, he might want back himself.
Yeah, I think he was kind of surprised by getting it, and then before he got the travel called on him, he just kind of threw it up behind his head, and, he's a good enough athlete and has the spatial awareness that it was at least somewhat in the ballpark.
As Hammerbeck will get the shot to go underneath and is fouled, and the lead that was just 3 moments ago has increased back up to 8 for the Warriors. And Sean Hammerbeck will have a chance for a 3-point play as the Warriors go to the line for just their second free throw. That's the second foul on Cooper Terwilliger.
Yeah, I think the both teams, Pierre playing a half-court style of game really plays into Winter's hand with, they've only gone 2 deep on the bench so far. If, Hammerbeck's probably going to get a very quick break here, but guys like Barfus and Olsen, and Halligan and Craven, they're going to go as long as they can, as long as they stay out of foul trouble.
As Luke Olsen, after Hammerbeck made the free throw attempt, so the Warriors are 2 for 2 from the line. Buss will hand back out for Sonnenschein. Now right side for Buss. Underneath for Zabel. Got up in the air, throws it over for Getz, who pump fakes, drives, kicks it for Buss. He'll step to his left and kick it back for Sonnenschein. Governors have good ball movement, but haven't had a shot up yet with 10 seconds to go on the shot clock. Olsen trying to get away with 5 seconds to go on the shot clock. Still has his dribble, kicks it over for Buss, pulls up for 3. That one just rolls off. The rebound's grabbed by Sonnenschein. Kicks it for Zabel. Left elbow jumper is good for Jet Zabel. And a long possession for the Governors turns into points.
And that's going to be one Coach Garner is going to talk about at halftime. Like, guys, we played really good defense for 35 seconds of the entire shot clock. We didn't finish it with a rebound like he talked about in his pregame interview.
That's exactly what he said. If you play all that good defense and give an offensive rebound, you pretty much just played 0 good defense. As Barfus will get underneath with the left hand, just rolls off, and the ball is knocked off the hands of the Winter Warriors. And it goes out of play with 2:08 left to go in the first half. And the Governors down by 7, 25-18.
I think Coach Kusler called her first time out of the half for a 30-second.
So a quick 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports with Jackson Youngworth back at the station. John Winkler alongside Nathan Nas. And Nathan, this has been a game I think the Governors would like to have their score be a little bit different and be up near the 25 mark as well. But I think both coaches are in the spot where lower scoring game you're going to see it. But both teams, but Winter especially right now, has to be happy with how they've played.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's kind of gone in streaks where Winter came out hot and then Pierre kind of came back. And if you look at the glass and the boards during those stretches, at one point during those stretches, Winter was dominating the boards early, so they kind of go on a run, get a lead. Then Pierre's dominating on the boards. Here they are coming back, and now it's kind of gone back in Winter's favor on the glass. So really, as both coaches talked about, whoever can win those boards in this style of a game, whoever can steal a few possessions each quarter, is going to have a huge advantage in this style, not really an up and down real fast type of game.
2 minutes to go here in the first half as the Governors get it across midcourt. They trail at 25-18 the American Family Insurance Brittany Schoffelbein scoreboard. Luke Olson to the right side here for Sawyer Sun and Shine as he'll look inside, kick it back out top for Dawson Guest, pulls up for a long-range three. That shot is missed. Rebound gets to the corner. Sun and Shine tried to save it, but he throws it back out of bounds anyway, and it will be the Winter Warrior ball.
Yeah, that's another one where, you know, Dawson sure can knock that down from three or so feet behind the three-point line. If you're Winter, you live with him taking it, but again, gave up another long rebound.
Barfus will catch it out near the circles at midcourt as he'll has two different screens set up for him, but couldn't do much with either one as that pass will come inside, and Luke Olson had sealed off the much taller Hammerbeck and was able to jump for the interception. Now it's Buzz, takes one dribble to his right, and that shot is offline, and a rebound for the Winter Warriors.
Yeah, great job by Olson on that last possession to get that steal. You know, he's given up some weight and some size to Hammerbeck for sure, but gets kind of physical into him to where Hammerbeck can't go up easily to make that catch.
Ball is tipped away. Sawyer Sonnenschein will get the steal. Buzz had a hand in it as well. Olson steps into rhythm three, knocks it down. Luke Olson's got his first three, and the Govs pull within 4, 25-21.
A nice walk into a three is a shot that Luke Olson has shot 1,000 times, you know, just this season going into the gym. You can't give up those easy buckets.
It's now going to be Barfus that will get across midcourt. 9 seconds between shot clock and game clock as we get down to the final 30 seconds of this first half. Barfus will get a screen from Hammerbeck. Trying to make the switch. Barfus still has it as he got to the free throw line. Fadeaway jumper looking like Dirk Nowitzki with all of his fadeaway shots. Knocks down another one, 27-21.
Big possession here. See, at the end of the half, you know, if Winter can go up 6 into the half, you know, you're feeling real good. Pierre going to try to get a good shot off in the next 8 seconds. And
now we'll get a foul with 7 seconds to go as Winter had a couple fouls to give, as it was a foul by Aiden Schroeder as he'll check out the game, get their best defensive lineup in here.
Yeah, I believe that was his first foul. You get Olson back in the game to guard Olson.
With 7 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Olson, Luke Olson that is, he'll drive down to 2 seconds off the glass, missed the shot. Hammerbeck, he won't put up a full court shot, and the Winter Warriors will take a 27-21 lead into the break over the Pierre Governors. Governors did outscore the Winter Warriors 13-10 in that second quarter, but the Warriors still have a 6-point lead as we hit the break here at Winter High School. We'll step aside for 3 minutes, come back with halftime stats. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR, watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Why am I so sore? There are everyday moments.
What? Hey, hold the ladder! Hold the ladder!
Yeah, that hurt. And there are epic moments.
Slide, slide, slide! College! Slide!
Class of 1995! When a moment creates a health need, visit the experts at Avera Orthopedics. We're moving health forward so you can tell the story. Learn more at avera.org/orthopedics.
Refined design, remarkable capabilities. The Ford Edge at Capital City Ford delivers everyone and everything in style and comfort. Bold and aggressive on the outside, lavish with lots of tech on the inside. This SUV does a whole lot more than haul groceries. Travel with confidence when purchasing your all-new Ford Edge from Capital City Ford. And for a limited time, qualified buyers can purchase at 0.9% APR for 60 months. Check out their full vehicle lineup at CapitalCityFord.com. Capital City Ford in Pierre.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your health care is important, and Shane wants to be the pharmacist to take care of you. Shane's Pharmacy will make sure your prescriptions are filled in a timely manner, they will answer your questions, and they will even deliver to your home or office. Call 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy, the pharmacy you know and trust. The number again is 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy in Fort Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
Most of us already know that Gale's Gas of Pierre is the place to call for propane. They offer an automatic fill plan so you never have to worry about running out of propane. They accept debit and credit payments or a budget payment plan to spread out the cost throughout the year so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
People helping people.
Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Owyhee Federal Credit Union member? At Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
When you're looking for quality trash pickup services, look no further than Envirotech. 6 days a week, their trucks are on the road picking up trash, even holidays. They're also the place to contact for recycling services. Their friendly, professional staff is ready to assist with weekly pickups or even special pickups. Check out the website at envirotechwaste.com. Envirotech is locally operated. Call 224-4804. Envirotech Waste Services in Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
As we welcome you back here, the Pierre Governors, they are down 27-21 at the break. John Winkler alongside Nathan Nas as the Governors are down by 6 through the first 16 minutes. So let's go through the stats here. As the Governors have had plenty of different guys hit the score sheet, where Winter's only got 3 guys that have scored so far. We first start with the Winter Warriors. 16 points for Aiden Barfus. He's got 16 of the 27. Sean Hammerbeck's got 9 of the 27. They have combined for 25 of the 27 points. Carter Craven hit a bucket. That's the only 2 points that have not come from Barfus and Hammerbeck. But Barfus and Hammerbeck, they are combined 2 for 2 from the free throw line in that first half. For the Pierre Governors, they are led by Luke Olson, who had 7 points, all coming in the second quarter. 4 points for Jed Zabel, 3 for Sawyer Sunshine and Dawson Getz. Kate Kaiser has 2 points. Miles Doyle had a 3-point play but missed the free throw as he's got 2 points. And the Governors as a team 0 for 1 from the free throw line. So combined 3 free throws in that first half. 4 turnovers for the Governors, 7 for the Winter Warriors. And Nathan, as we look at this game, overall, I think both teams want to play a little bit better the second half. Winter, obviously, with a 6-point lead, feeling good, especially when they jumped out to an 8-0 lead. But the Governors, they've got it. I don't want to say that they're not playing as good, but I think there's a lot more for the Governors outside the turnovers that they want to be better at in the second half.
Yeah, I think obviously slowing down Barfus is going to be has to be priority number 1 on the defensive end. I think you might see more of Cade on Barfus this half, just because when it was Luke or one of the other guards, you were seeing Barfus go down to the post where it doesn't have a huge height advantage, but being a senior versus underclassman, you got that strength down low. So I think you might see more Cade on him just for a little bit better matchup strength-wise. And then you got to be better on the boards. I know Jets got a lot of points this year off of getting those second chance, those putbacks, those second chance shots on the offensive end. And right now he doesn't have a whole lot of offensive boards, and I think that's where Winter is right now at the half, plumb happy with owning the glass and keeping this at a half court, kind of a slowed down game. So yeah, I think you're going to see a lot of the same out of Winter to use up the shot clock. Pierre, I maybe on the defensive end, they might try to push it a little bit more just because Winter's only gone 2 deep on the bench and it hasn't been for very long spurts. I don't know.
Winter jumped out to an 8-0 lead, and Pierre has not had the lead, has not tied or taken the lead in this game. They got within 3 just after the start of the first quarter. It was 17-8, then all of a sudden it was 19-16 for that Winter was up by just those 3 points, but it turned out for Winter to increase that lead and got it to 27-21 at the break. How quickly do the Governors, we got to kind of wrap up here before we get to the second half, but how quickly do the Governors want to try and get this thing tied in this second half without obviously going too much, but how quickly do you want this game to be tied if you're a Pierre Governor?
Being from Winter, and every now and then we get the chance to play one of the bigger schools, and the longer you let the little dog, if you will, the underdog in the game, the longer you let them keep a lead like this or stay in the game, the more confident they're going to get, the more dangerous they can become. So I think you got to look to come out and apply a lot of pressure on the defensive end right away. You know, when they were doing that, they were forcing some turnovers, and try to get back to that, forcing the turnovers, getting up the floor quickly, get some layups, get some easier buckets here pretty early in the third.
Well, the Governors are down 27-21 at the end of 2 quarters. We will step aside for 2 minutes and come back with the start of the third quarter. Pierre Governors and Winter Warriors, 27-21 winner at the end of the first half. Back in 2 minutes. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR, watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates, at your service, at your side, with offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
Ferding Electric has a long history of doing electrical work the right way. Economical service, professional work, and customer satisfaction is why they can say that. Ferding Electric can do residential, farm, and commercial projects. Doesn't matter if they are charged with new construction or a remodel project, they get it conducted. Contact the staff at Ferding Electric at 224-8684. They can light a spark into your next project. Ferding Electric, 224-8684.
At Anderson Rumsa Dental, we want to change the way your family views the dentist. Let us replace your dread of the chair with personal service in a friendly and inviting atmosphere. Using state-of-the-art technology, we offer porcelain crowns completed in 1 day, saving you time and money. Anderson Rumsa Dental, located at 1521 North Harrison Avenue in Pierre. Experience dental procedures performed while you're in a deeply relaxed state, often with no recollection of the time past. Anderson Rumsa Dental. Call us today at 605-224-6111. That's 605-224-6111. We all have had to fix little things. Loose screw? Get a screwdriver. Nail coming up? Find a hammer. Bolt coming loose? Get some wrenches. Sometimes these little things tend to make us think we can fix big things. Plug drain? Call Allied Plumbing. Water heater leaking? Call Allied Plumbing. Sewer backed up? Trust me, leave it to the professionals and rely on your ally. Call Allied Plumbing. With 75 years of combined experience, it speaks for itself.
We welcome you back here, the Pierre Governors and the Winter Warriors. It is a 27-21 lead at the end of the first half as we get set for the start of the third quarter with Jackson Youngworth back at the station. John Wickler alongside Nathan Nas. The Govs are looking for a big win. And again, Nathan, we talked about this at the beginning of the game and mentioned it too and on KCCRadio.com that this is a win for the Governors. If they can get it, is huge for the seed points because Winter's not going to lose a whole lot of games the rest of the season. So a 50 seed point win for the Governors is up for grabs. Maybe not so much for the Winter Warriors other than more confidence of beating a AA school. But this is important for the Govs to win because Winter is a very good basketball team and will help you down the stretch to get a home game in the Sodak 16.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You look at seed points and, Pierre, it's going to be a big point win too for Winter because, Pierre's going to be able to put together some more games and, for Jet's senior year, it's already won a few more games than when Gray was a senior. So, Pierre's going to win some more games. And so Winter's, and like you said, beating a big dog, is always fun.
So as we are back and ready to go, here's Zach Olson. We'll get the inbound to get us going. The Winter Warriors have the first possession of the second half. He'll drive in. That shot rejected by Olson. Luke Olson, that is. Olson on Olson crime, 7:49. I guess is no crime because it's a clean block. 7:49 to go here in the third quarter.
Yeah, good help side defense from Luke. His guy Halligan was kind of floating up towards the top of the key as Olson was cutting, and
now it's Olson on Olson crime because Zach Olson gets the inbound pass, gets the shot to go, and it's fouled by Luke Olson, and it's 29-21.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised to see that pass. Zach not really, so far this year, hasn't really been known for his offensive scoring, but does a great job facilitating the offense for Winter at the point.
And Coach Gardner ran down the other side of the bench to high-five his assistant coach who drew up that play. But there's the first missed free throw of the ball game for the Winter Warriors. They're now 2 for 3 for the line, and it's still an 8-point lead for the Warriors, 29-21. Cade Kaiser Jed Zabel underneath for Olsen. He goes against Zach Olsen, and Luke Olsen wins that battle to get the bucket. He's now got 9. The team high for the Governors makes it 29-23.
Yeah, that's where if you're Zach, you kind of got to be a trailer as Luke goes to cut through. That way he can't pin you on his backside there.
It's now Zach Olsen at the Winter Warrior logo at midcourt as he'll back it up to the line again. Starts to drive in, kicks it left side for Halligan. He'll pull up for a 3. That one is way too strong. It's an air ball. The rebound is all the way out. Tyne Buss has it. He'll drive all the way in. He lost the handle of it. As Buss is falling to the floor, he is able to get the pass for Olsen. Now Zabel's pass over for Getz in the corner is tipped away and out of play with 6:55 to go here in the third.
Yeah, a lot of action. Both sides just take a deep breath, regain your composure a little bit, and go back playing basketball.
Now Zabel at the top of the key. Starts to drive as he spins inside the left hand. Shot rejected by Hammerbeck. Got the ball back. And then he gets the shot to go and is fouled. The first shot didn't work because it was blocked, but he was able to stay with it. And Zabel earns a hard 2 points and a chance for a 3-point play.
Yeah, they're a perfect example of Jet getting those second chance points and making the most of it.
Zach Olsen gets called for the foul as Zabel steps to the free throw line. Only the second Governor free throw of the night as he'll drain it. And it's a one-possession game, 29-26 in the American Family Insurance Printing Shuffleboard scoreboard. It is Craven in the backcourt with Olsen right now. As Zach Olsen working into the front court, defended by Buss. And there's a foul all the way near midcourt. Tyne Buss didn't like that he picked that one up, but it's his first foul and the second team foul for the Governors.
Yeah, Olsen kind of looking to get that corner turned, and Tyne doing a little bit, not really a hard foul, but a little more contact than what the officials wanted to see.
There's a ball that's tipped. That is going to be taken as Zabel now has it off the steal. His shot is good as he got to the basket, floated it in. He's got the last 5, and the Governors have pulled within 1, the closest they've been, and since it was a quick 8-0 run for the Winter Warriors to start the game. In the backcourt,
here you got to get it across or you're going to get a 10.
Another turnover by Winter. Dawson gets his shot. It will fall, but he is fouled. He goes to the line. A chance for the Governors to tie and take the lead for the first time tonight.
Yeah, Pierre showing more ball pressure. It's kind of a very similar press to what they showed in the first half, but now it's a much more aggressive. In the first half, it was kind of just to make Winter slow down, bringing the ball up the floor, but now they're getting after it and forcing some turnovers.
Getz gets his first free throw to go. We are tied for the first time tonight, 29-29. And another made free throw for the Governors, and they claim their first lead with 6:08 left to go in the third quarter. They do so. Getz goes 2 for 2 from the line. Miles Doyle will check in for him. 30-29. Governors with a 9-2 run to start this third quarter, and a 9-0 run in total to take their first lead. And this press has been very good for the Governors. His defense has already forced 2 turnovers in back-to-back possessions. Now Barfus will drive all the way to the bucket. The Governors had good defense, and as quickly as I opened my mouth, the defense kind of fell apart on that possession as Barfus now has 18.
Yeah, that's when, you see Barfus' size, and a lot of people don't realize just how quick he is. Last year at state track, placer in the 100-meter dash, he can move.
Buss misses the long 3 on the right wing as the rebound will come to the Warriors. So as quickly as the Governors had the lead, their lone possession, they don't even get the ball back with the lead. That ball is going to be off the hands. It slipped out of the hands and a steal for the Governors. Zabel will drive all the way in. His tough shot is missed. And then a foul committed on the rebound by Tyne Buss. That's his second foul.
Yeah, I think Tyne just got caught reaching in there, trying to kind of get a hand on the ball from Hammerbeck's backside, and got a little too into his body for the official.
Well, Coach Kusler had yelled something out, and I wasn't sure if she yelled it at the official or yelled it out at Tyne Buss, because as Buss and the official were both walking at the same pace, her eyes were still in the same spot as the inbound pass goes out of bounds, and it stays with the Winter Warriors. But Buss quickly comes out of the ball game with it, picking up his second foul. A little bit tougher inbound on the far sideline and near the corner as the Warriors have to go all the way down the court still, but Barfus will take it across midcourt with 5:10 to go here in the third quarter.
Yeah, Aiden kind of showing some senior leadership for Winter, being the guy. Wasn't up bringing the ball up the floor, but kind of took it upon himself to be the guy to do it.
Well, then Sean Hammerbeck gets the pass from Barfus and an easy shot, and it's back to a 3-point lead for the Warriors. Zabel with the left-hand spin, and the hook shot is missed, and a rebound comes for the Warriors. 33-30. Winter leads with under 5 to go here in the third quarter. It is Zach Olson for the Warriors as he starts to drive all the way in, as it was Doyle that didn't step over for the help defense, and Olson took it all the way to the basket and got the hoop to make it 35-30, as the Warriors have quickly had a 6-0 run themselves. Zabel on the left side here for the Governors. He'll just pull up for the shot. That one misses. He's gone cold from the field. But Olsen will give it back for Zabel on the offensive rebound. Another offensive board for the Governors. Underneath for Kaiser. Takes the contact but misses the shot. Gets his own rebound. His putback shot. That one is missed. He didn't realize how wide open he was and almost double clutched on that shot.
Yeah, I think he was expecting to have to go up through a little bit of contact. And when he started to go up, there was no one there for him to make contact with.
So it's still a 5-point lead here for the Winter Warriors. 3:50 to go in the third quarter. As it is going to be Olsen that will kick it in the corner for a three. That's missed, but the rebound will be grabbed by Hammerbeck, and he is fouled with 3:45 to go.
Oh, that is not a good technical.
And a technical is called against, I believe.
They're going to get Kaiser, I think.
So Kate Kaiser will get called for the technical. And I had put my head down real quick, so Nathan, you got to tell me exactly what Kaiser maybe did to get that technical called.
Well, I think, I see where the frustration is. It was kind of both guys were battling for the rebound, and he ends up on the wrong end of the call. And he mouthed, I'm sure he said it out loud, but said, "Come on." And then as the official, I don't think was looking at him, but just turned, gave him the technical. And
so both free throws are good from Carter Craven, who took it, and it's now a 37-30 lead for the Winter Warriors with 3:45 to go. And it was Kaiser that picked up that first foul, got the technical, so he's now got 2 personals, and the Governors have hit the limit as well, as they're over the limit with 5 fouls, and it's a 7-point lead for the Warriors as they've had an 8-0 run now.
Yeah, it's one of those things where Cade knows he has to keep his composure, but also, I'm not really sure. Loose ball, it's tough to get a foul called, close game, you're battling all game. The quick technical, he's going to come out, get himself recomposed, and come back in at some point here.
Now Dawson gets called for the foul. It's a quick couple of fouls here against the Governors, and to the free throw line will be Barfus, who is 1 for 1 so far from the line. First free throw from Barfus. That is going to be good as he knocks in the first one to give the Warriors now a 38-30 lead on the Pierre Governors. And now the Warriors are 3 for 4 from the free throw line in this third quarter.
I think Coach Kusler having a conversation with the official that, you got to call the same amount of contact on both ends of the floor for both guys, and kind of asking about that at that point in time.
So the second free throw is missed, 38-30. Winter Warriors lead over the Pierre Governors. Sawyer Sunshine, his long shot is missed. The rebound will be coming for Craven. We get 3 different tie-up, and it will eventually be a jump ball with 3:19 to go, and it will stay with the Pierre Governors. At that point where Craven was at with 4 different Governors around, you kind of figured at some point it was just going to be a jump ball unless there was a really obvious foul.
Yeah, I think some Winter fans wanted a foul call, but it's one of those things where
there's a foul committed against the Winter Warriors. I think it might be on Hammerbeck.
We're going to get
Zabel went for the basket.
They're going to I believe they called Halligan with a block.
Because it looked like the whistle came.
Yeah, they're going to give it to. I thought for sure it would have been Hammerbeck kind of coming through him on the shot, but Halligan trying to slide in to take a charge gets the foul called.
Because to me, it looked like the whistle had blown, or heard that the whistle had blown before the contact was made. Zabel misses the and 1 attempt, and it's 38-32, but it finally stops a 9-0 run for the Winter Warriors as the Govs now trail it by 6, 38-32. Under 3 minutes, or right around 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Barfus on the left side for Zach Olson. Sawyer Sunshine defends him. Now it's Hammerbeck that will catch. Gets it back for Barfus. He'll pull up for a long-range three. That one is missed, and the rebound's grabbed by Zabel. That's a shot that I think Coach Gardner would like Barfus to take all the time. There's a foul committed. Driving to the bucket was Olsen. He was fouled on the floor. That's the 4th team foul now by Winter here in the third quarter with 2:41 to go. That's Halligan's second. Make that, this going to be the second on Zach Olsen. Inbound pass as Guess's three was blocked, but it comes back for the Governors. Now it's going to be back for Olsen as Luke Olsen will drive on Zach Olsen. Got the shot to fall as he was able to get the contact to get the separation for the shot to make it 38-34. Quickly back the other way. They had the numbers in the Winter Warriors, and then Hammerbeck is fouled by Sawyer Sonnenschein. And either if it was a shooting foul or not, Hammerbeck's going to the free throw line regardless, where he is 1 for 1 so far tonight.
Yeah, Sawyer, I haven't put it up on the board
second
yet.
Foul.
Only 2 fouls at this point in the game. You let Hammerbeck go up for the layup, or foul him and send him to the line to make him earn it a little bit, make it a little tougher on him.
First free throw is good for Hammerbeck as Sonnenschein will check out. Kaiser and Twilliger are both in. Doyle will also take a seat.
Calhoun comes into the game for Winter in place of Olsen.
We'll also get Best to check back in as he will come in.
Yep, Winter kind of using Best that whenever Terwilliger and Zabel are in the game at the same time, Best is going to come in to be that other post player.
So now Hammerbeck, his second free throw. That one is missed, but the rebound will be grabbed by Jed Zabel. So the goes a good foul by Sawyer Sonnenschein. Only 1 point out of that possession for the Winter Warriors. They still lead it by 5, though, 39-34. Kate Kaiser off the screen, drives in. That shot is going to be missed, but he is fouled and will step to the free throw line with 2:05 remaining here in the third quarter. We had just 3 free throws shot between the two teams in the first half. Each team has going to be 6 free throws, at least 6 free throws by the time that Kaiser will take this his 2 shots from the foul line.
Yeah, the physicality definitely has picked up here in the second half, and I think that's why we're seeing more fouls.
The Governors, that's the free throw made. So the Govs are right now 5 for 6 from the free throw line. As the second free throw, that one will rattle home as well. Make that now they're 5 for 6 from the free throw line. 39-36. Governors down by just 3 as we play here late in the third quarter. Under 2 minutes to go in the third. Hammerbeck gets doubled back out. Best pulls up for a 3. That one's missed by the 6'2 senior. Terwilliger gets the rebound. Hands off for Getz, and the Governors can tie this trip down the floor, but Getz will drive it to the lane with his right hand the left side. Missed the shot. Rebound's going to be grabbed by Craven.
Yeah, you like to see Getz if you're Pierre pushing the ball up the floor. Just a disadvantage on the glass.
Barfus with a long 3 that's missed off the top of the backboard. Zabel will drive all the way in. He draws the foul from Barfus, who was trying to back up and not pick up the foul. But with 1:24 to go, Jed Zabel will go to the free throw line where he's 1 for 2 so far in the quarter. And Barfus will pick up his second foul. And again, both teams have reached the bonus here in this third quarter. Zabel's free throw, that one will find its way through after it hits the front and the back of the rim. 39-37. This is where, when you get the 5 fouls, you start the free throws, but going to the fourth quarter, it helps speed up the game a little bit in the fourth quarter because everybody will start with 0. Otherwise, we'd be shooting free throws the rest of this ball game.
And the rate this is going, both teams would be very close to the old school double bonus by the end of this quarter.
So it is a 39-38 game. Governors free throws shooting in this third quarter has pulled them within 1. They're 7, make that overall, 7 of 8 from the free throw line. As it is Best here for the Warriors. With 1 minute to go now in the third. Driving in, Barfus. He's waiting. His pass is tipped. It's stolen away as Luke Olsen will drive all the way in with the left hand is good, and the Governors are back on top. Olsen's got 6 in the quarter, 13 in the ball game. Pierre leads at 40-39 with 45 to go in the quarter.
Yeah, Winter's just got to settle down, run their offense. They're starting the offense way too close to half court for their liking.
Best gives the way for the 3. Zabel will track down the long rebound. Governors can hold for the final shot and take the lead into the fourth quarter. With 25 to go, Luke Olsen stands in midcourt. He'll wait for the defense to come out on him. He can hold until about 10 seconds left as the Warriors are content with letting him hold for that final shot. Olsen starts to move his way down, 10 seconds to go in the quarter. Olsen continues to drive. His pass gets for three in the corner. That one is just missed. The rebound is going to be fought for, ground by Bass, and the Governors don't pick up the foul at the very end of that quarter. That was very close to them picking up the foul at the end of that third, but it is the Pierre Governors who outscore the Winter Warriors 19-12 in that third to take a 40-39 lead into the fourth. Back in a minute. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR. You're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
South Dakota, due to the recent flood, hail, and windstorms, many of you have damage and are in need of making repairs. When it comes to making the decision of who to hire to complete the repairs, you should always check with the Department of Revenue to ensure they're licensed to do business in South Dakota. And you should check with Consumer Protection to see if any complaints have been filed against the company. And finally, never sign anything until you read all the details. Rule of thumb, when someone knocks on your door to sell you a product or service, they need to provide you with a 3-day right to cancel. Go to consumersd.gov and look under transient vendors or call 800-300-1986.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
As we welcome you back here at the start of the fourth quarter, the Pierre Governors, they lead it 40-39. The American Family Insurance British Shuffle by scoreboard as we get underway to start this fourth quarter. John McClure alongside Nathan Nas. The Governors with a big third quarter. Barfus, though, that fadeaway shot falling to his left. He's now got 21 in the ball game, 41-40. The Winter Warriors now lead it back by one.
Yeah, Pierre did a much better job on Barfus in that third quarter, containing him, not letting him keep the hot hand.
Terwilliger will pass it right to Barfus. A turnover by the Governors, who did not have a turnover by my count in the third quarter. Barfus will drive into the basket. His shot is going to be missed, and the rebound will be grabbed by the Governors. Trying to go up and under the basket. Now Zabel with a quick pass over for Olsen, the left wing. Almost threw it out of his outstretched arms. Kaiser takes one dribble in, kicks it back over for Olsen. The Governors with Olsen driving on the left side, kicks it for a cutting. It gets to the basket, and Dawson gets.
Great cut and great find by Olsen.
He doesn't make too many shots inside the paint other than from the free throw line, but he gets one there 5 feet in, and the Governors are back up by one, 42-41 to start this fourth quarter. It is Barfus, who's looked a lot like Dirk Nowitzki tonight with his fadeaway shots. Been impossible to guard. Left side for Craven. Gets a screen, rolls off was Hammerbeck, but they can't find him the basketball yet. It is Olsen, Zach Olsen driving. Floats it. Ball is tipped right in the hands of Luke Olsen. Turnover by the Winter Warriors. They're 12th. And then the Governors will turn it back over as Getz travels. The second turnover of the quarter already for the Governors.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if they're going to call it travel or if he was just going to say, Halligan hit it out of his hands, and so it's pure ball. I think it could have gone either way there, and either side probably would have wanted the other call.
It is Zach Olsen here for the Warriors, working it in the front court. Winter could retake the lead on this possession. 1 point game, 6:20 to go in the fourth quarter. Lob pass over for Hammerbeck, throws it down with two hands.
There wasn't a lot of help defense, and when he caught that and loaded, I knew it's a very high percentage shot for him.
As Zabel throws it from the baseline, that's an air ball, and the rebound's grabbed by the Winter Warriors. We're not used to other teams throwing down dunks to the Pierre Governors, especially after last year's Dunk City was in the capital city. Sean Hammerbeck living up to his name with the hammer, throwing it down. 43-42. There's a foul beyond the three-point line, as that one will be committed by Luke Olsen. And Olsen will pick up his third foul. Make that his second foul. And it's the Warriors that lead at 43-42. And the momentum that you can feel in the gym, especially from the student section, really kind of, the intensity has kind of risen a little bit more now in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, as everyone in Pierre knows, dunks can definitely. It's still only 2 points, but the momentum you can gain from a dunk is huge.
There's a foul committed. Driving to the bucket was Carter Craven, and the 6'3" freshman will go to the free throw line where he hit the technical free throws in that third quarter. He's got 4 points overall tonight, and the foul committed by Miles Doyle, his second foul. So even with the technical by Cade Kaiser, we have 0 people in foul trouble right now as Craven will miss the first free throw, and that includes the Winter Warriors. They have 3 guys with 2 fouls. Governors have 6 guys with 2 fouls, but nobody has 3 in this entire ball game.
Yeah, over the course of that third quarter, there's a lot of fouls called, but they were all very spread out.
Second free throw is good from Craven, so the Warriors now have a 2-point lead. Governors have had no bigger than a 1-point lead in this ball game, just a couple different times. As Doyle now will work his way to the top of the key. He'll drive all the way to the right side, high off the glass, but miss the shot. Rebounds tipped around, and it's grabbed by Craven. He'll find Barfus. There's the freshman finding the senior to help escape after a big defensive rebound for the Warriors.
Yeah, Carter's a very, very basketball smart kid. Spends a lot of time in the gym, and once he starts to fill that frame out a little bit more and get a little bit stronger, Winter's looking for big things out of him this year and in the future.
Loose as Olsen will get the steal, and then he is fouled on a block shot, and Hammerbeck looks over. The referee didn't call the foul and says, "Boy, what do I got to do here to get that clean block?" Hammerbeck stands at 6'7", Luke Olsen at 5'11". Even with contact, it's hard to not just get a clean block against someone that's only 5'11", and you stand at 6'7".
Yeah, he kind of looked at the official that was right there under the basket and was like, well, you didn't call it, so how's it a foul type of a thing.
44-43, Governors with Olsen's second free throw. I guess the ball don't lie. It's a 44-44 tie. Olsen makes both free throws. He's got 15 in the game. And with 4:45 to go in the fourth quarter, we're shaping up to be a fun, exciting finish down the stretch here at Winter High School. Zach Olsen will drive all the way to the bucket. Off the glass, misses shot. Zabel was able to get himself some good defense, and then the ball was off the hands of the Warriors last. And it will go to the Pierre Governors with 4:35 to go, and they can retake the lead. They get their largest lead, Nathan, with the made bucket, because it's tied right now.
Yeah.
Any bucket will give you the largest lead in this game.
Yeah, I think Winter was lucky to have it be pure basketball off of an out of bounds and not maybe a foul on Sean trying to go through Zabel to get a hand on the ball.
As Kaiser gets a screen from Zabel, starts to drive, kicks it over for Doyle. Takes one dribble in, back for Cade Kaiser. Too far on the basket, tough angle shot, so Kaiser pass it up. Now it's back for Olsen. He is fouled as he was catching the ball. And again, there's a lot more contact in the second half, but a lot more foul calls are being made. That's only the second foul call overall, the third foul, the first guy in with 3 fouls in Zach Olsen. But we saw a first half that had 3 free throws combined. We were seeing a lot of fouls here in the second half. That shot blocked by Hammerbeck. That's not a foul that time, as Hammerbeck gets a clean block on Zabel. And we remain tied at 44 halfway through this fourth quarter.
Yeah, as the intensity, not saying the first half wasn't intense, but as the intensity is picked up, the game tends to get a little bit more physical, more fouls are going to occur.
As that one was nearly stolen by Luke Olsen, but Zach Olsen back out top. Craven for 3, buries the triple, and a timeout will be taken by Coach Gardner, as it is a 47-43 lead.
Got a full timeout.
So it is a full timeout as Craven knocks down his first 3 of the night. 47-44. The Winter Warriors lead the Pierre Governors back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR. You're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
AGE Corporation's Contractors and Crane Service is a proud supporter of Pierre Governor Athletics. For almost 60 years, AGE has been building South Dakota. For all your site work construction and crane work needs this season, AGE is here to help. Give them a call. AGE Corporation and Crane Service, 223-2732. That's 223-2732. AGE, proud supporters of local sports.
As we welcome you back here, the Pierre Governors, they are down on the American Family Insurance Brittany Schoffelbein scoreboard, 47-44 with 3:44 remaining here in the fourth quarter. It was a full timeout taken by Coach Gardner, who found his way all the way down the baseline to make sure he got that timeout. And he is
the official right next to him gave him the call, but I don't think he heard the whistle. So, yeah, then he went from almost half court all the way down to the baseline. He might be the one coach that runs the sideline more than I ever have.
It's a match made in heaven for two coaches at Winter to be running down sidelines because, you made you got a little famous on different media outlets for the amount of times that you're running down the sideline in different games. That was sometimes one of the most fun things about the Governors with the long run in football was seeing how fast Nathan Nas could keep up with the football player. Here is Cade Kaiser. Governors down by 3. Luke Olson on the right side. I think Nas was able to follow Kaiser down the football field a couple times back in the day. There's a foul committed on the pass underneath for Kaiser.
That's the only way I ever kept up was because I always had a head start.
You could have the false start, and everybody else couldn't.
I was self-aware enough to know if I'm going to keep up with him, I got to start early.
The inbound pass, that foul was committed by Halligan. He's now got 3, and then Terwilliger will bounce it off of his foot out of play as he put it low on the floor, and then they went off the hands and off the leg of Terwilliger, and a turnover by the Governors. That will be number 7 overall here this evening.
One of those plays that, where he caught the ball was tough, too far away for what he was wanting to do as a post move, so he had to take that dribble, and as a big man, once you bring it down, those little guys can get their hands on it, and that's exactly what happened.
On the left side, Halligan will drive to the free throw line, kicks it back out for Craven, who hit that big 3. Now he'll drive all the way to the bucket, but his shot rejected.
Sends it out the back door.
As I say, we have to get Brian Nas down there to find that basketball. It does come back out, but with 3:05 remaining here in the fourth quarter, we talked to Brian Nas a little bit. He's all the way up on the right side, up in the stand. So it wasn't him that went to retrieve that ball. Inbound pass for Hammerbeck. Goes to work on Zabel, and a foul committed against Zabel that will put Sean Hammerbeck to the free throw line. Maybe Zabel had a little bit too far leading forward.
They're saying that he pushed. If anything, I thought maybe a push from behind from Getz. But they were saying, Jet was kind of giving him an arm bar, but it appeared from up here that he was pretty vertical, but we're a long ways away.
Hammerbeck will go the line for 2 free throws. The first one will be missed. And dare I say, if a second free throw is missed, that the ball don't lie again. As he's 0 for 1 right now, the free throw line. Second one is good. So he was halfway fouled. 48-44, the Pierre Governors down by 4, as Hammerbeck has now got 15 the ball game. A 4-point lead for the Warriors. It is Olsen in the corner, back out top. Doyle's open for 3. That rolls in and out. Good look there for Miles Doyle. Just couldn't knock it down. And it's going the other way for the Warriors, who lead it by 2 possessions.
Yeah, one of those plays where if you're Coach Gardner, you're happy you missed it because you didn't have anyone close out to contest that shot.
And then on the other side for the Governors, you hope you get that possession over and over again because those shots will eventually start to fall. Now we get a offensive foul.
Zach Olsen with the moving.
That's going to be his 4th foul and the now 14th turnover of the ball game for the Winter Warriors.
I think he was trying to go for a little bit of the the NFL, college football, the rub route down there, and not set a screen, but set a screen will still running through, and they sought him out.
It is going to be Zabel that will catch underneath. He gets the contact, gets the shot to fall, and Jet Zabel has now got 15 the ball game. He's tied with Olsen for the team high 15 points. 48-46. Winter leads with 2:05 to go in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, when you got a guy on you that he's a shot blocker, he likes to block shots, just that little head and shoulder fake, get him up off of his feet, and nice easy layup.
Zach Olsen will hand off here for Halligan. He'll throw it back top of the key as Craven will give back on the left side for Zach Olsen. As Olsen will drive on Luke Olsen, kicks it back out for Craven. Step back, doesn't get the shot away. Now here's Barfus, down to 2 seconds. It's a fadeaway 3 that's missed, and the rebound's grabbed by Getz. And it's now Miles Doyle, and the Governors have a chance to tie or take the lead on this possession with 90 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. And a timeout will be taken by Coach Brianna Kusler.
Full timeout.
It'll be a full timeout. The Governors are down by 2, 48-46 with 1:26 to go in the fourth quarter. Don't go anywhere. Back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR. You're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
At Agtegra, we're leveraging the power of the cooperative to benefit our farmers and ranchers, their families, and local communities. We're creating jobs for your neighbors and putting money back into our communities. We're lending a hand in our rural fire departments, food banks, and 4-H and FFA programs. That's what local is all about. When you do business at Agtegra, you help us make a difference in your community. Agtegra, strong, stable, dependable, and local.
Back here at Winter High School, the Pierre Governors are down by 2 with the ball. Coming out of the timeout with 1:26 remaining here in the fourth quarter. 48-46 in the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. Jackson Youngworth back at the station. John Mickler alongside Nathan Nas. And again, Nathan, I don't, for Winter and Pierre, this is another installment in their kind of new rivalry. This is the 4th year they've been playing since 2020. And it's lived up to everything. We can't ask for better games between these two teams year in and year out.
Yeah, I think last year was a little bit, probably the only really one-sided game in the last 4 years, with Pierre winning big last year. But yeah, it's been physical. People are going to say, 48-46, that's, not real great offense. Well, there's been a lot of really good defense played in this game by both sides.
Kate Kaiser, we get the jump ball. It is a jump ball that stays with the Pierre Governors. The Warriors got the ball to start the fourth quarter, so the Governors catch a break, although the possession arrow does go in favor of the Warriors after this inbound pass. Kaiser will inbound, still 20 seconds to go on the shot clock. 1:17 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Olsen, the left side, forgets. Now it's going to be Kaiser that will catch. He'll drive in, and an offensive foul against Kaiser. I didn't see where he had really hit anybody, but an offensive foul.
I don't think he never really, usually when you see that, you see like a lowered shoulder or an extended arm. I think as he was coming through, he just got it kind of got off balance and was leaning into it, and it was unfortunate to get the call.
Here is now Aiden Barfus that will make his way. That pass deflected is going to be taken, though, by Bass. He'll step through with the ball. Hand back over for Halligan. And now we get a timeout taken by Coach Gardner with 55 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. And Coach Gardner had moved in front of the referee to make sure that he got the timeout that he wanted, as they'll have to inbound on the corner.
Yeah, he realized, he kind of thought it was Winter might lose the ball there, so he calls the timeout, and then he realizes that, Winter has the ball, but then sees where it's going to be a tough inbound and was kind of wincing about, I shouldn't have made that foul call. So now kind of Coach Gardner was asking for clarification about where the ball's at. Now Coach Kurth and Coach Kaiser are like, wait a minute, timeout. Where's this ball getting taken out at? Both sides not really sure where the ball's getting taken out here.
Well, and it was just a quick 30-second timeout, so by the time that they decide where the ball's going to be going, both teams are going to hopefully that they have the right defensive scheme or the offensive scheme they want to set up to get the ball inbounded or to keep them from inbounding the ball.
I think Winter's going to come out all right here. I think Coach Gardner definitely thought they're going to get the ball more down in the corner. It's looking like it's going to be, kind of split right even with the top of the key, which isn't as bad of a spot to inbound in if you're Winter than what you originally thought you were going to get.
So 55 seconds to go in the fourth quarter, 20 seconds on the shot clock, so the Governors don't have to worry about fouling on this possession. They're just going to play good defense and try and get a defensive stop. Luke Olsen against Zach Olsen. Olsen for Winter. He'll hand off for Barfus. As Aiden Barfus on the right side, he'll drive on Kaiser. High shot, missed it. Rebound for Zabel. Again, the Governors can tie or take the lead on this possession. They got to have it, though. There's only 5 seconds between shot clock and game clock. This is a must-score possession for the Governors. Olsen works to the left side, forgets. Out top for Kaiser. Now forgets again. Now it's the top of the key. Kaiser right side for Olsen. 22 to go in the fourth quarter. Olsen will drive. He'll kick it over for Zabel. He'll try to drive. Spin move inside the lane.
Nice move by Zabel.
And we get a timeout.
Very athletic move by Zabel there to kind of thought he was going to spin to the left, went back to the right, and got her to roll in.
So with 11.5 to go, Coach Gardner takes the timeout after the made shots. And they can go the length of the floor, and for Winter, you want to put the last shot up because the worst-case scenario is we go to overtime. The Governors, the worst-case scenario for them is fouling. They do not want to foul in this.
That's 2 free throws.
It will be 12.5. They'll put a second back up on the clock, but they do not want to foul, regardless of where the ball is at. You do not want to foul. Get a good defensive shot attempt and getting the hand in the face, but any foul is detrimental at this point in the game.
Yeah, this is where, with the old rule of getting the 7 fouls for free throws, if you're Pierre, you're talking last year, hey, once they get it across half court after some time's gone off, foul, so that way they can't get into their offense, give them less time where they have to re-inbound it, get into the offense. But yeah, now it's, if you foul anywhere, you want to try to not let them get the ball up the floor quickly, but you can't, you get a foul and you send them to the free throw line. It's 2 free throws.
Well, shortest road trip of the season for the Governors might turn into the longest game of the year for the Governors. So I guess you added and subtracted the same time of getting a short road trip of only an hour and a half. But coming out of the timeout, being able to run the baseline is Craven that will inbound here for the Warriors. As he looks to inbound, he'll lob it for Barfus. The Warriors will take their time getting in the front court. Barfus will drive all the way towards the bucket with the left hand. Miss the shot. Rebound's going to come out. Kaiser's going to get it at midcourt. Kaiser, timeout will be taken by Coach Kusler with 1.2 to go. I think she was looking for a timeout for about 3 or 4 seconds before that happened. They had the 2-on-1, but Kaiser pulled up with the shots. And there's got to be some time put back on the clock, right? We put a second back up after the timeout for Coach Gardner.
I think it appears the officials are over there with the head table. Are they?
With 1.2 to go, Coach Kusler was definitely calling for a timeout, had to be calling for a timeout sooner than 1.2. But I don't think they're going to get any time put back on the clock, which...
It doesn't appear so. No, they're just checking how many timeouts either team has. And, if you're a winner, you say, oh, man, I wish we could have waited.
Okay, 3 seconds. They did put up 2 more seconds on the clock.
Yeah, if you're a winner, you're saying, man, we should, we'd like to have held it a little bit longer before we got that shot up. But Barfus gets a full head of steam. Not a terrible look. Zabel with some nice help defense. Then Halligan for winner kind of behind his head, tries to tip it up and near the rim, trying to knock it in, and Kaiser comes away and gets a full head of steam. And yeah, I was wondering if he was going to try to go coast to coast, similar to a Griffin Wilde a few years back when Pierre was playing over in Sioux Falls, but they get the timeout call, and we'll see who gets the play drawn up for him here.
Miles Doyle will inbound here with 3 seconds. He's going to find somebody to inbound it to. Ball is tipped. Comes back out for Zabel. 3 at the buzzer for the win. It's missed. And we are going to overtime. 48-48. We're not done yet between Pierre and Winter. Why wouldn't we go to overtime in a game like this? We haven't hit 50. So let's go to overtime. 48-48 between Pierre and Winter. Back in a minute with overtime. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR. Watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the capital city area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux Avenue in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your locally owned independent auto parts store, 500 West Sioux in Pierre. Go Govs!
Dr. Nick and Chelsea Redeman at Floss Dentistry in Pierre is family owned and operated. They have modern practice with skill and caring staff. They have same-day availability. Floss Dentistry is located at 603 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre with hours Monday through Thursday from 8 to 5. Give them a call at 605-224-2161 and don't put off that scheduled cleaning any longer. Floss Dentistry, 603 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre, or give Dr. Nick and Chelsea Redeman a call at 605-224-2161.
So it was 4 quarters. That wasn't long enough to determine this winner. We've got extra time, overtime, 4 minutes of overtime. Governors, last time that they played an overtime game, well, you don't have to go far back into last year. It was against Harrisburg in the Constellation Championship game where they got the win over the Harrisburg Tigers. And again, as John Wickler alongside Nathan Nas, Nathan, this is very important. It's probably even more important for the Governors to beat the Winter Warriors than the other way around. And that's not to say, well, because you're Class AA and you got to beat Class A, but because of where you're sitting at in the standings, 50 seed points can get you a home game, the Sodak 16. These 4 minutes are crucial for the Governors to pick up a win and get 50 seed points.
Yeah, 50 seed points when you're kind of, you're expected to be kind of in that 8-9 range. Yeah, a 50 seed point win, that's the difference between being the 8 seed or being the 9 seed.
As it will be Kaiser that will win the tip-off against Sean Hammerbeck after he had a false start the first time, as it's now going to be Kaiser that will hand off for Olson. Got to the basket, leads it in, and Luke Olson gives the Governors the first points of overtime. 50-48. We reached 50 points only because we've got extra time. It'll be Carter Craven at the top of the key. His pass underneath for Hammerbeck, and there's a foul committed. Into the free throw line will go the Winter Warriors, as Luke Olson will pick up the foul, his third here of the ball game, and as we get into the 3:35 to go in overtime.
Yeah, that's another one. Big man put the ball down probably a little bit lower than what he should have, but was strong enough going up to draw the contact. And
first free throw missed by Hammerbeck.
If you're a winner, you're like, I wish he wouldn't have been fouled, because when you're 6'7", you get up there to lay it in near the rim. You like that a little bit better than 2 free throw shots.
The second free throw here by Hammerbeck, that's also missed, and the rebound will be grabbed by the Governors. So 2 misses for Hammerbeck, and the Governors with a 2-point lead, and they can extend it to the largest lead of the ball game for him. Olson hands it off for Getz. He'll pull it for a long-range 3. Buried by Getz! He's now got 10, and the Governors lead it by 5, their largest lead tonight.
Yeah, that's something where, Getz he's about as pure a shooter maybe as what Pierre has on the roster. And once he gets across half court inside that volleyball line, he's going to have the green light.
On the left side, driving in, Craven, step back shots is going to be missed. It is an air ball, and the rebound comes for Olson. As Olson works to the left side, gets a screen from Zabel, drives in, kicks it for Zabel, hit him in the chest, and then he's going to throw it as he's falling down to Miles Doyle. Looking like the 99-yard touchdown pass from Zabel to Kaiser, just falling on his back foot, and he was able to hit Doyle in perfect spots as Olson kicks it over for Doyle in the corner with 10 to go on the shot clock. Governors can extend their 5-point lead. Olson, NBA range 3. That was an air ball. Kaiser can't save it. He does actually save it. He gives it for Barfus with 2:15 to go. And the Governors still lead it by 5. Barfus all the way to the bucket. There's a foul committed against.
Late in the fourth quarter now, here early in overtime, Winners having some good looks near the rim, but coming away, well, not going to say empty yet because he's still got the free throws, but those are some layups that, Coach Gardner, Coach Conant, you want to see those layups fall and not have either get the and one or not even have to worry about free throws.
Miles Doyle picks up his third foul. First free throw is going to be good from Barfus to make it 53-49 with 2:15, make that 2:14 to go here in overtime. Governor's largest lead of 5, now it is at 4. And the second free throw here from Barfus. That one will find its way through too as he hits both free throws. And it's a 53-50 ball game, back to 1 possession. Here with about 2 minutes to go in overtime. Olson the right side for Doyle. Out top for Cade Kaiser. It is now Olson back out. And another open 3. Gets down another one. His second 3 of overtime. The Governors extend their lead to 6. 1:50 to go in overtime. This is Barfus again. And we lost the ball to Kaiser. Now a pass over for Craven in the corner. There's a 3 from Halligan. That's missed, and Kaiser gets the rebound. 1:35 to go. It is a 6-point lead for the Governors. Dawson Getz with 2 huge threes in this overtime period.
Yeah, Getz is one that, the last couple plays have been called for him to get those shots. And now they're going to get Cade with a reach-in foul. But he's also one that he's very good at moving without the ball, and he gets himself a lot of nice shots, spacing, getting himself where his guy really either goes and helps and then leaves him for a wide open 3, or he sticks with Getz and guys get to the rim.
Governors did turn the ball over before that Kaiser foul. His now 4th, as Hammerbeck will make the first free throw. It is 56-51, as Winter is now 3 for 5 from the free throw line here in overtime. 1:23 remaining in overtime. Second free throw from Hammerbeck. That is also good to make it a 4-point ball game. 56-52. Governors up by 4. They don't have to be in too much of a hurry. Just need to have a non-empty possession here. Luke Olson.
Yeah, if you're Pierre, the worst case scenario should be you use up the entire shot clock and get a good shot and it gets missed. That should be your worst case scenario if you're Pierre here.
Miles Doyle at the top of the key, left side, 1 minute to go here in overtime. It is now Zabel will catch at the top. 10 seconds to go on the shot clock. Spin move, Zabel's shot, it was partially blocked. Rebound comes for Halligan. He double dribbled the ball. That's a turnover. Halligan took one dribble, picked it up, and then started to dribble again and turns the ball back over to the Governors with 51.3 to go.
I think he was hoping they were going to say that the ball was tipped, but yeah, it definitely was, and he took that dribble to kind of gain himself, but definitely a double dribble there where he was just looking to get up the floor a little too quick.
Luke Olson will inbound here as he'll lob it out top for Zabel. Right side for Miles Doyle with 45 to go, and there's a foul committed by Halligan, which at this point, both teams have already had 5 fouls in that 4th quarter, so it'll be 2 shots here for Miles Doyle, who has been in the free throw line just once. He's 0 for 1. He's got just 2 points in this ball game. 47.1 to go.
Yeah, that's where you got at least 2 possessions here where you got your winner, you got to score, you got to start fouling now to have a chance.
As Doyle's first free throw here rolls in and out. That was the 4th foul on Halligan. Now we start to get guys in foul trouble. Kate Kaiser with 4. Zach Olson and Ryder Halligan for the Winter Warriors, each with 4. As the Governors still lead it by 4 with 47 seconds to go. Second free throw here from Doyle.
Yeah, neither team not really going very deep in the bench. Once you get into overtime, there's going to be some foul issues.
Doyle does go 1 for 2 from the charity stripe, 57-52. Warriors down by 5 with the ball, 38 seconds to go. Hammerback for 3.
Got it. Timeout, Coach Gardner.
He got it with 35 seconds to go. A huge 3 for Sean Hammerbeck. I don't know if he's a guy that takes a whole lot of threes, but a huge 3 to make it 57-55. A 2-point ball game with 35, make that 37 seconds. They will put time back up. Now you can't, Warriors can try and get the ball in the backcourt, but really once you get in the front court, you're going to have to foul the Governors because there's only 2 seconds difference between shot clock and game clock.
Yeah, and if Coach Gardner, it's a press that Winners ran for a whole lot of years, is probably looking at a 51 deny, which is going to be a man press with a guy on the ball coming off to double on that first pass. And it's one of those things where you got to be careful you don't get yourself so out of position where, they get it up in the front court quickly and you don't have a chance to get that quick foul.
It was a timeout taken by Coach Gardner. Governors they need to make sure they inbound the ball. They still have some timeouts as they had a timeout left to go before overtime, so they add 1 on top of that. So the Governors still have a couple timeouts in their back pocket if they need to. They've got 2. Coach Gardner with just 1 left, but it is a 2-point lead for the Pierre Governors on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shuffle by the scoreboard. And this happened at the end of the ball game, and it was Coach Kusler took a timeout with about what will end up being 3 seconds as Kaiser put up a shot, got the inbound pass. Not the shot that they were hoping to have, not the look they were hoping to have. Got us into overtime, but the Governors have built up a 6-point lead at its peak in this overtime, but right now just a 2-point game with 37 seconds to go. There's a foul immediately with 36.4 left, and the denial of the inbound pass. Coach Gardner isn't happy with that foul call. That was not what was drawn up out of the timeout. And
I think it was, definitely. I think it was. They weren't wanting to foul Olson.
Landon Calhoun is the one that gets called for the foul.
Luke, typically a good free throw shooter. I think he was not wanting it to be a Luke Olson foul. But Winter had to be careful. If Zabel would have, and Jet would be risky enough to do it, but if he would have saw it, he would have kind of had Doyle streaking into the backcourt as all the Winter's guys were up man-to-man and in between Jet and their guy.
Olsen is 78.4% free throw shooter. He goes 1 for 2 for the line.
Kaiser gets the rebound.
Governor's rebound. Kaiser with it.
Oh, and Olsen can't foul. Someone's got to foul, not Olsen.
Halligan can't foul either. They're going to throw it around.
Someone's got to take the foul. One of the guys with 4 at this stage in the game, you don't want to be the guy that fouls out, but when you're down 3, you're sending them to the line. One of those guys maybe should have ate the foul a little bit earlier.
Dawson gets 87% from the free throw line. And tonight he is 2 for 2, make that now 3 for 3. And it is a 2-possession game, 59-55. It was on Carter Craven, who just picked up only his second foul. So of the guys that did foul, it's probably the best one on the floor, as Guest goes 2 for 2 from the line, makes it a 5-point game, and Winter has to be in a lot of hurry here. It is going to be Zach Olsen trying to find somebody. Craven nearly lost the ball. It's going to be picked up by Getz. The Governor is in the front court, leading by 5. Barfus doesn't foul. 10 seconds to go.
Nope,
they will not foul. The Governors, they trail majority of this ball game. They get it tied. They get it to overtime. They pick up a 60-55 win over the Winter Warriors. A huge seed point victory for the Governors. And what a test and what a game from the Class A Winter Warriors. This is such a great new rivalry between the two teams.
Yeah, and you got hats off to both teams. Both teams. Yeah, like you said, I have coached or taught almost every kid on the floor tonight, and sitting up here, obviously now I want to see Winter get the win since I'm not wearing green. But yeah, great game. And if we were the NBA college and we track minutes, the 5 guys that were on the floor there at the end of the game for both teams, they played a whole lot of basketball tonight, and they played a lot of really good defensive basketball. People are going to say 60-55 with overtime. Not really great offensive game, but it just hats off to both teams and how well they both played defense for the entire game and then some.
Governors picking up the win, 60-55 in overtime tonight. We'll step aside for 2 minutes, come back with the post-game show. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR, watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Dr. Nick and Chelsea Redeman at Floss Dentistry in Pierre is family-owned and operated. They have modern practice with skill and caring staff. They have same-day availability. Floss Dentistry is located at 603 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre with hours Monday through Thursday from 8 to 5. Give them a call at 605-224-2161 and don't put off that scheduled cleaning any longer. Floss Dentistry, 603 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre, or give Dr. Nick and Chelsea Redeman a call at 605-224-2161.
We all want to be happy, but sometimes that doesn't feel possible. But if you have hope, you have everything. Rising Hope Counseling provides high-quality mental health services with locations across South Dakota. Additionally, by providing telehealth, we ensure South Dakota's rural residents have access to high-quality mental health services. Our team lives and works in your communities, and we understand the unique challenges we face. Schedule an appointment by phone or online today. Rising Hope Counseling, offering hope, healing, and change.
We might not be the largest repair shop in town, but we take pride in what we do. We want to make the experience as painless as possible for you, so we will work with your insurance company on your claim from beginning to the end. Locally owned with 50 years combined in the shop, Wheelhouse Auto Body will take the stress off of you. Wheelhouse Auto Body at 720 North Garfield, or contact them at 605-494-0436, 605-494-0436, or wheelhouseautobody@gmail.com.
This winter, sip on a delicious hot cocoa and lose yourself in the grace of a fresh falling snow before you smash that hot mug on the driveway and join First Dakota to bank some noise for winter sports. Stomp for block shots, holler for match-sealing takedowns, and go berserk for a perfect dismount. Let's give the home team all we've got. Bank some noise with us at First Dakota National Bank. Open a new account online today at firstdakota.com, member FDIC.
Back here at Winter High School as the Pierre Governors, they pick up a huge overtime win, 60-55 over the Winter Warriors, and they do so outscoring the Warriors 12-7 in that in the overtime period. Sean Herrenbeck's 3, the only field goal made by the Warriors in overtime, as the Warriors also went 3 for 6 in the in overtime. That doesn't add up to what I should have on the.
Your math isn't quite mathing?
Yeah, my math isn't quite mathing. That's embarrassing here. Only needed to add to 7, and I can't add to 7. But either way, the Pierre Governors do outscore the Winter Warriors by 5 in that overtime period. Pierre didn't lead until late third quarter, didn't have a 2-point lead until the fourth quarter, didn't have a 2-possession lead until overtime. Their largest lead ended up being 6 tonight, which came in overtime. They were down 8-0 to start this game. Everything was going against the Governors, per se going against the Governors, and they still found a way to get a win, and that's a huge character win for the Governors tonight.
Yeah, you definitely, if you're Pierre, you feel good about leaving here with a win because, like you said, that's at the end of the year, that should be a 50-point win for the Governors. And, if you're a winner, you're in the locker room, people are going to say, oh, well, they're a AA school, you hung with them. But the kids that are in there, they're still, they're wanting to come out with a win. But at the end of the day, yeah, to play a AA school in your house and have it be an exciting overtime game, that's something you can build off of, and you don't have to feel too bad about down the road.
I was going to say, this one's going to hurt the Warriors tonight, but I think once they get going back again and start playing some basketball games, they're going to look back and say, yeah, we wish we'd had it. But as you said, too, this is going to be a huge benefit and a huge opportunity for the Winter Warriors, and they got to feel at some point here in the next couple of days, they're going to feel really good about where they stand after playing a Pierre team like that.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's one of those things, too, where knowing the kids in the locker room, they're a resilient group. They're going to come back, and I'm not sure when their next game is here, but, they're going to come back tomorrow to school and to practice, and they're going to feel bad about it probably until they get out of the gym, and then they're not going to feel too terrible because they know they got a lot of season left with a lot of games coming up.
And they will take on the Lyman Raiders next Tuesday at Lyman High School for that one down up in Presho from where we're at here in Winter. So let's go through the scoring totals here for the Winter Warriors and the Pierre Governors. The Warriors were led by the game high 23 points by Aiden Barfus and 19 points by Sean Hammerbeck. And it was 8 points for Carter Craven and 4 for Zach Olson, the only 4 guys to score in the entire game. Olson scored his 4 points in the third quarter. Other than that, you had both the second, fourth, and overtime periods where it was just Barfus and Hammerbeck scoring. I guess the fourth quarter also had Carter Craven knocking down a couple of shots. But it was mostly Barfus and Hammerbeck that scored as they go 11 for 18 for the free throw line to the Winter Warriors in the loss. They end up with 15 turnovers in total in that overtime loss for the Winter Warriors, who dropped to 6-2. For the Pierre Governors, they had 3 different guys in double figures, led by Luke Olson, who had 18 points. And I think Luke Olson's also going to be the same guy to tell you that first quarter was not Luke Olson's best quarter. And he might even say it might have been his worst quarter of the season. And hopefully that becomes the worst quarter of the season for Luke Olson entirely, because he wasn't as sharp as Luke Olson is, but as he went 3 for 4 for the free throw line, hit a couple of big shots in that third quarter and helped to get the Governors in the lead. He got the first bucket in overtime, finished with a team-high 18 points, and he is a huge catalyst to what this Pierre team can do when he plays like he is capable. 17 points for Jet Zabel. He had 4 in the second and 4 in the fourth quarter. The rest of his 17 points came in the third quarter. That's where he made his living, scoring 9 of his 17 in that third quarter. 15 points for Dawson Getz. He had 2 big threes in overtime, finished with 8 of the 12 points that were scored for the Governors in overtime as he helped lead the way as he is the third guy in double figures. 4 points for Cade Kaiser, 3 for Sawyer Sonnenschein, and 3 for Miles Doyle. The Governors turned the ball over in total 9 times, 4 in the fourth quarter, and then once in overtime as they win it 60-55 in overtime. They shoot 14 of 17 from the free throw line, going 4 of 6 from the free throw line in the fourth quarter. Overall for the Governors, it is a huge free throw shooting game. That's a huge. I mean, Winter didn't shoot bad from the free throw line, but going 14-17. We talked about it at the beginning of the season. Blake Dean and I talked about it at the beginning of the season, and he also texted me and said I had Cape Girardeau math, which is also true. But he went 14-17. That's winning you a lot of basketball games. If you make one less free throw, you lose that game in regulation. You don't get the win, and those are huge free throws for the Pierre Governors.
Yeah, anytime expect a tight game like that where you go to overtime, and even if it ends up not going to overtime, if you're only missing 3 free throws, you got things that you're feeling good about. And you see it so many times in high school. A tight game like that, the free throws make the difference. And Winter didn't shoot bad, but they didn't shoot as well as Pierre did from the free throw line.
Yeah, and the Governors pick up their 6th win. They're now 6-3 on the season. That's a huge win to get. They'll be off until next week as well, when they will take on the Douglas Patriots, as we welcome in Brianna Kusler from the Pierre Governors, who pick up the win. And Coach, that's a character win. We talked about how it's not maybe a season-defining moment at the pregame. Might be a season-defining moment win for the Pierre Governors.
I think overall, tonight just showed when they take something away, we've got guys on our team that are going to find a way to get the job done still. And overall, I think we had some different kids step up at different times that maybe down the stretch it didn't seem like a humongous difference maker in the game, but it was. Coming in and being a really solid force defensively, getting an extra rebound or two, and just coming away with the balls that we have to was a big change for us.
Well, you pick up 3 different guys in double figures. Luke Olson with 18, Jet Zabel 17, and Dawson Getson 15. Nathan and I were just talking about this a little bit. Luke Olson didn't have a good first quarter, and he'd probably be the first one to admit it, but he had a huge game down the stretch, as he normally does, but he was very huge for you guys down the stretch.
Luke is one of those that he's very steady, and it was an uncharacteristic first quarter. I kind of felt like he was maybe trying to do a little bit too much. The kid can create a lot of stuff just naturally, and just with his knowledge of the game, he doesn't have to go overboard with things. And maybe early on, we were seeing that a little bit, but he really, the best part about Luke is it's not going to be a full game of that. You can we got him out, settled him down just a little bit. He knew it. He was the first one to come out and be like, yep, I shouldn't have done that. And those are the things where he doesn't make mistakes time and time again. He learns from it, and then but he also sees the floor so well and creates so much for his teammates. And it was just the way that he responded to a poor first quarter maybe was really solid, and we needed him to be big for us in the second through the rest of the game.
Dawson gets it, 2 big threes in overtime. That is 2 huge shots to get you guys up and in the lead. How big was those 2? How big were those 2 shots?
Really big. For Dawson, who maybe didn't shoot the ball overly well early on, he finds other ways. You saw him cut in hard, take a little baby shot off the glass, attacking in. He's really finding that next level of his game that really allows him then to have that opportunity to shoot from the perimeter, and he just stays consistent with his mindset and his approach to that perimeter. If he's open, he's going to take those shots, and we want him to. The kid's an awesome shooter. We're going to take our chances with him shooting the ball, but big time plays by big time kids, and that's what that comes down to, is putting the ball in the bucket when it matters. We made things interesting. We extended the time of the game a little bit, but at the end of the day, I'm just really proud of everybody's effort. It maybe wasn't the first half that we wanted, but also I think it gave us a lot of growth by having to battle back on things.
14 of 17 at the free throw line. It was a physical game, especially in the second half. It was, I don't know if it was much tighter called, but it was still got to the free throw line a lot more than the 3 combined free throws in the first half. But you go 14 of 17 from the free throw line. This team is very. They don't have a whole lot of shaking when it comes to the free throw line. They're pretty solid when it comes to the free throw line.
Yeah, when Luke missed that free throw there, that we'll say maybe that was 15. We would be 15 of 17 because Luke said he intentionally missed it so Cade could get an offensive board. I don't believe him, but we'll give him that one. So that's what we're talking about, those heads up plays for him. But no, I think and that's a difference maker that we talk about, that possession, how valuable that. Not even if we do make it, that's great, but we miss it and we get the ball back, they're forced to have to foul us again and give us the ball or give us another shot at the free throw line. And this time with, I think it was Dawson, that shot. But these kids, they work hard, every single one of them, and they're an awesome group to get to work with, and we're just really looking forward to. I told them in the locker room, this is my favorite part. Now we get 4 practices, and they're like, oh gosh, but this is a big time for us. Good win tonight. We're not satisfied. We can't be satisfied because that's not going to cut it every single night. I think the fight, that's promise, and that's going to be valuable. But we need to be better for an entire game.
Well, real quick too, at the end of the game, you take the timeout. You don't get the play that you want because the ball gets knocked to Jed Zabel for a 3. If it goes in, it's a perfect play, perfect design to get Zabel for a 3. But
you're saying I didn't draw it up for that?
I wouldn't think that you did.
No, I didn't.
but things didn't go the way that you were hoping it would. Cade Kaiser came down, timeout was taken, he missed the shot. You guys get the opportunity to inbound the ball, doesn't get to the right spot with the ball being tipped. What was the message right in that the huddle to kind of settle everything down? Because again, everything kind of seemed real frantic, but you guys were able to settle down and start overtime fresh and start with a lead. What was that message in the huddle? What
we had done for the 8 minutes prior, that last fourth quarter there, is what got us back into the game. We had to continue doing what we had just done, executing when we needed to, creating opportunities with how hard we're playing defensively, and one and done opportunities for them on the other end. I thought that overall we did that, and especially the execution portion of it offensively. Getting out to a lead early in overtime is a big difference maker, and just a mindset shift that, hey, we can do this. We're going to do this, and you kind of saw that fire in their eyes. They had that lead in overtime, and they weren't going to let that go.
Real quick, final question: what's the biggest takeaway from this win going forward now this season?
I thought the fight was the biggest, and they're just desire to be the best that they can be down the stretch. Putting it together when it mattered was big, but we're going to need the battle that they showed tonight here on out. We don't have any easy games coming up by any means, and this helped to prepare us for that. So I'm really just proud of every single one of them. You talk about kids coming off the bench like Sawyer Sunshine, Cooper Terwilliger, Miles Doyle, who they had huge impacts on us tonight, and just getting those valuable minutes in big time games like this, where we can, of course we love to come away with the win, but we also learned a lot as well.
Well, Coach, congratulations on the win. Enjoy the practices over the next week. You don't play till Tuesday next week, so congrats on the win, and we'll talk to you again here soon.
Thank you.
That is head coach Brandon Kusler of the victorious Pierre Governors in overtime, 60-55. They beat the Winter Warriors here this evening as you are listening to KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront broadcasting station. As we start to wrap things up here again, the Governors now at 6-3 on the season. They pick up a huge win in overtime against a powerful Class A team in the Winter Warriors, who aren't going to lose a whole lot of games. When you look at the rest of their schedule, they are 6-2 right now, and there's a lot of wins that are sitting there for the Winter Warriors to take throughout the rest of the season. So the Governors are going to really enjoy that seed point victory at the end of this season, and it could be a difference. It could be a very big difference between them either hosting a Sodak 16 game or being on the road. And a win here tonight doesn't guarantee you a home Sodak 16 game, but it does certainly help, and one that you look back on and say, this is a difference maker for us to be at home here tonight on a Sodak 16 game compared to being on the road. So the Governors do pick up the 60-55 win over the Winter Warriors, led by Luke Olson's 18 points. You can the KCCR Sports on YouTube has overtaken, but Nathan Nas down there talking to some family here in Winter, being the Kaisers from Pierre, but we appreciate him jumping on the broadcast. It is a lot of fun to be back on the air with him, and we hope that we get to do this a couple more times again, and especially for the fun of what this basketball rivalry has been over the last couple of years. This has been great games between Pierre and Winter, and the Governors pick up a huge road win tonight. They're now 3-1 against Winter over this series, but a huge win overall for the Governors this season, winning 60-55 in overtime. I want to say thanks to Jackson Youngworth back at the station. John Winkler here signing off. Pierre Governors, they win at 60-55 in overtime over Winter, as we say so long from Winter High School.
You've been listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Pierre Governor Basketball is sponsored by Rising Hope Counseling, Bank West, Fisher Rounds, Billion Auto, AGE, Envirotech, Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, American Family Insurance Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, River Bottom Sanitation, CHS River Plains, Wheelhouse Auto Body, Edward Jones Financial, Allied Plumbing and Heating, Farting Electric, Gales Gas, First Dakota National Bank, Faith Lutheran, Lamb Motors, Shane's Pharmacy, B&B Equipment, Oahe Federal Credit Union, Anderson Rumsa Dental, Todd's Electric, Graham Tire, Avera, and the South Dakota Office of the Attorney General Division of Consumer Protection. This has been a special presentation of Riverfront Broadcasting Sports, Central South Dakota's sports